or purchasing that new home. Alcoa 10 is here to help you. Better rates, better service. Check them out at atfcu.com.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Member NCUA.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain Event.
Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time.
With your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End BBQ.
Give me 2 pounds and a Rick Flair.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
865-250-503, Beat Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Swain Events, fueled by Dead End BBQ, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Hope you had a great weekend. Well, if you are a Patriots hater, sorry. Sorry that what you wanted was for the Pats to lose in the biggest game ever. If you're a Falcons fan, or if you are a Dolphins fan, or just, a Patriots hater, sorry, because you didn't get your wish last night. They found a way to win. The better quarterback, the better team, the better coach won. And for the football purists out there, I'm sure they enjoyed the game. A lot of people complaining about the score and how boring it was, but for football purists, I didn't see much complaining from those guys. I didn't see much complaining from former players because you find different ways to win. I enjoyed the game. Of course, I would have liked to see some more points, but hey, didn't happen. All I know is Tennessee basketball is still number one, and that's really all that matters to me. Tennessee getting Texas A&M's best shot, Ben. Best shot. A team that struggles from three. Was like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson out there on Saturday. That's the way it works. Ben, good morning, individual.
Good morning, individual. I hope you are doing well on this fine, somewhat cold Monday morning, 39 degrees, so it's better than what it has been.
It's almost 70 yesterday.
I know. I was sweating at points over the weekend. It was weird. How did we go from single digits and in the teens to in the 60s for the majority of the weekend?
East Tennessee weather, or Tennessee Valley weather. That's just the way it is. Ben, how does it feel to be a superstar, man? How does it feel to be Hollywood, to be famous? We might have to call Chris Lowe and let him know that you are the real Hollywood, because you went home to Huntsville and you got people posting photos of you on Twitter. Hey, that's Ben McKee. That's Ben McKee right there, the Swain Event. Hey, guys, look. I think I'm nervous to go talk to him. That's Ben McKee. People at home listen to the show and recognize you, Ben. How does it feel to be Hollywood?
It feels the same as when I was in Hollywood. I'm just trying to live up to the legacy that you and Chris Lowe have established here on this show. Just small baby steps. I still need my picture in a restaurant.
In that end.
I still Need to find a way to get on Paul Feinbaum, get on the Feinbaum show. So I still have a long ways to go to catch up to you and Chris Lowe, but I'm getting closer. It was a step in the right direction. It was cool. To me, it was cool not because I was recognized in public, but I thought it was cool because of just how far the show reaches. I thought that was the coolest part because I did get to meet a listener at dinner on Friday night in Huntsville, but 30 minutes, 45 minutes before, I got a new phone over the weekend, and the person who helped me get my new phone also listened to the show. He said he listens to us and Basilio, and it was really cool just to see how far the Swain Event brand reaches.
In
I
Huntsville.
thought that was the coolest part. Yeah, I was in Huntsville. I wasn't in Knoxville going to the phone store and then going out to eat. I was in Huntsville. I was in Alabama, and granted, North Alabama there are a lot of Tennessee fans in North Alabama. It's still cool to think just how far the show reaches.
So you got a burner phone?
Yes. Trap phone. I got 2 phones.
So do you really have 2 phones, or did you trade in your other phone?
Nope, had to trade in the other phone to get that $300 off.
I got you. I just wanted to make sure you didn't have a burner phone. Swain, call me on this line, but the other line is reserved for other people.
No, I mean, you can call my old number, but that will not work.
What's your number, man? Let me put it out there in the public so the public can know your number.
It is
just kidding.
865-111-9569. That's my number.
95? Oh, yeah. That's going to definitely be the wrong number. 865-255-03, B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. And Gronkowski just laughed a lot because he's listening to the show. And his last 2 digits, you just made him laugh because that's his favorite number.
Yeah, that game was boring to me. I mean, I get the defensive purist standpoint, but even it was like Jared Goff was just missing wide open guys. And then where was Todd Gurley? If you're not gonna play Todd Gurley, play John Kelly. I do think
John Kelly ain't ready, man.
I know he's not.
That's why they signed.
I know C.J.
Anderson. Big boy, C.J. Anderson.
Yep.
Big boy. Gained about 15, 20 pounds. They signed him and played him over John Kelly. John Kelly just ain't ready.
I agree. I think C.J. Anderson actually performed the halftime show as Big Boy. He was Big Boy. No, but I agree with you. I do think Todd Gurley was hurt, but it was weird because in the first half I was like, okay, Todd Gurley is 100% hurt. Why is he not playing right now? But then he comes out in the second half and he looks like a daggum Heisman-winning running back out there running
he had 2 good
with
runs.
vengeance.
Yeah, he had two really good runs. Like, here's the thing about football. If one side of the football is playing really well, that means the other side's not doing their job. That's the way it works. So football will always be great. That's why the game is to me so fantastic, because you can sit there and enjoy the art of the game no matter what the score is. Because if the score is 50-50, like we saw in the regular season between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Rams, people were complaining, oh my gosh, where's the defense? No defense in football. Oh, I didn't like it. It was too much offense. But then you get the Super Bowl and you get boy wonder, Sean McVay, and you get the best coach ever in Bill Belichick, and he completely out-coaches McVay. He runs circles around him. That defense shuts down Jared Goff in the Super Bowl. That was freaking impressive. If you love football for all the reasons why I think you should love football, defense, offense, special teams, the art. Like, I'm watching last night's game, and I'm just amazed. I thought Dante Hightower should have been MVP.
I think Julian Edelman should have been MVP, but my number 2 was the Patriots defense.
My goodness.
And then number 3 is I'd say number 2 is Bill Belichick. Can a coach be an MVP? And then number 3 is that Patriots defense. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Tom Brady, but he wasn't ultra impressive last night. He hasn't been ultra impressive the last 2 football games. 1 touchdown, three interceptions in the conference championship game. And the Super Bowl, I'm with you. That defense was something else. And Dante Hightower had a big game. But I think the reason it was because I prefer the high-scoring game, but I don't mind a good defensive game every now and then. But I think the difference in it being entertaining for me is that, sure, Dante Hightower played great football. Trey Flowers, Huntsville native, he had a really nice game. But there wasn't that Ray Lewis from the Ravens defense, that Troy Polamalu from the 2008 Steelers defense that was just running around wreaking havoc. And like I said, the defense played great as a whole. There just wasn't that one super entertaining player on the defensive side of the football for the Patriots. So I think that's why.
For me.
Well, I mean, yeah, he had a great game, but he wasn't as entertaining as some of these other great defenses have been, to where they've had like this mega superstar.
Man, this is my thing about fans that want to be entertained. Man, take your ass to a movie. Go to a play. Go to the Harlem Globetrotters. If you want to just be entertained, period, just go to a show. Sometimes, like Tennessee basketball. What if they score 40 points in the game one night and they win, but they find a different way to win the game? They have to, let's say they go 0 for 13 behind 3, and they can't make any 3-pointers, and they have to grind out a game that resembles Conzo Martin coach team. We gonna sit here and go, oh man, it wasn't entertaining enough. Man, basketball, football, baseball, man, it's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful sport. And just because you don't get a ton of points doesn't mean that you can't enjoy it. Like the Super Bowl, I thought the halftime show was meh.
I was not a fan.
I give it a C.
All these Atlanta rappers, and we've got Adam Levine with no shirt on.
I give it a C. And I'm a Maroon 5 guy. I love me some Adam Levine.
I do too.
He's awesome. But the halftime show, C. Commercials.
Now the football commercial, the NFL 100, was the best one in my opinion.
That was the best one. That was the best one in the First Responders with the Verizon commercial with Anthony Lynn talking about how first responders saved his life, and they told him that they were the people that rescued him, and he cried. Like, that was, to me, that was the top 2 commercials. But commercials, but the football game, if I played defense growing up, if I played linebacker at Tennessee or safety at Tennessee or defensive line at Tennessee, I love that game.
Al Wilson and Fred White loved that football game last night.
Heck yeah, they did.
Well, other than Fred, since he had to see the Patriots in the Super Bowl in Atlanta. But
I'm going to text Fred this morning and just say, as a football guy, what you think about that game? It was a low-scoring game, yes, but the Rams, one of the highest-scoring teams in the league, got shut down.
Jared Goff, his stock, for me, went down over the second half of the season. I was not impressed last night by him.
Sean McVay got schooled.
Sean McVay and Jared Goff looked like young people in their career.
Schooled.
They looked like the moment was too big for them, especially Jared Goff.
Just schooled. That's the only word I can say, man. Only word I can say. Schooled. They look like a deer in the headlights yesterday. 865-200-5503, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Someone that did not look like deer in the headlights, and that is Tennessee's point guard, Jordan Bone. He is, I'm telling you right now, he's the best point guard right now in the country.
I've been saying that for a month.
He's the best point guard in the country.
I think he is. If he continues to play at the clip that he is, he's right there with Grant Williams for SEC Player of the Year in my book.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I don't have a problem with saying it. It's not uncomfortable. It looks easy to Jordan Bone. The game looks like it slowed down so much for him.
If Jordan Bone doesn't play the way he did, Tennessee might have been upset by Texas A&M. He is the most valuable player to that team. I think he is more important to Tennessee's basketball team than Grant Williams.
Man, he's special. We'll take our first break of the day. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End BBQ. Stay with us.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain Event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End BBQ has a new slew of daily specials for the fall. Enjoy a different special meal every day, like the Smokehouse Stew, barbecue cheddar meatloaf, or the smoked turkey and dressing, which includes sliced smoked turkey and cornbread dressing paired with sautéed Brussels sprouts, mashed potatoes, and a side of turkey gravy. While Dead End offers a different specialty meal each day, you can get their hillbilly chili every day. There is always something new at Dead End BBQ. Located off of Sutherland Avenue, Dead End BBQ. The fall flavor search is over. Join the Swain Event at Dead End BBQ on Wednesday, February 6th to celebrate the Vols' victories on the recruiting trail. Enjoy a special barbecue breakfast and listen to Jason Swain and the guys break down each signee during the special edition of the Swain Event live from Dead End BBQ. They will be giving away t-shirts and other awesome items. Former players will be on hand as well as great guests. What better way to celebrate the 2019 signing class than enjoying some delicious barbecue and hanging out with the Swain Event? Spend National Signing Day with the Swain Event and Dead End BBQ.
Do you want a custom themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Well, look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. Every design has you, the fan, in mind. Their tumblers and bottles are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the market. From stainless steel sippy cups to tumblers and sports bottles, Game Time Sidekicks offers something for the fan of all ages to rep their team with. They have many different logo options, so fans will have something they are proud to carry around all the time. Use promo code SWAIN at checkout to get 20% off of your entire purchase at GameTimeSidekicks.com. They also offer $5 flat rate shipping. Be sure to check out the Game Time Workshop on the website and customize your tumbler to make it one of a kind with things like your nickname, number, or initials. Game Time Sidekicks. Show your colors and carry your team.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? If so, then call me, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. I take a no-nonsense approach to the real estate transaction. No fluff, just facts. Having lived and worked in the Knoxville area for 19 years, I am very familiar with the local real estate landscape and am ready to help you get the most money for your property with the least amount of hassle in the shortest amount of time. No one likes for their home to sit on the market for months at a time. If a straightforward approach to your real estate needs is what you prefer, then give me a call. Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty at 865-694-5904 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible. But remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
You're listening to the Swain Event.
And you know this, man.
I was definitely entertained watching Tennessee basketball play Texas A&M. And I was watching a players only with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. And they had a conversation with Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas. Had it recorded from NBA Network. And I was watching it. And one thing that Steph Curry and Klay Thompson was talking about was playing when you have the bullseye on your back, being the number one team in the country or being the reigning world champions, and everyone wants to beat you. You're going to get everyone's best shot. You do the scout report, then a player you see on film, he's garbage. He's trash. He shoots the ball 15% from three. But when you play him, oh, he's 40%. He's 50% from three. He's going to have his best game. And I thought that's what happened with Texas A&M.
In the first half, yes.
In the first half.
I enjoyed the heck out of that basketball game. I mean, how can you not win in the first half? You've got three guys who scored 10 points, and Jordan Bone, Grant Williams, Admiral Schofield. Lamonte had 7 points. Jordan Bowden had 7 points. I mean, the offense, you can't ask any more out of the offense, in my opinion. I mean, they shot 65%, 40 of 62, 45% from the three-point line. They only took 4 free throws the entire game. Wow, I did not realize that. They had 4 from the free throw line. I guess when I look back, it doesn't feel like Grant got to the free throw line a whole ton. Wow, I did not realize they only shot 4 free throws. But point being, they shot 66% from the field, 45% from the three-point line, and then 100% from the free throw line, even though it was just 4 attempts. And they only turned it over 8 times. I mean, you can't ask for any more out of Tennessee's offense. I guess you can ask for more bench production because, sure, the bench scored 16 points. All 16 of those points came from Jordan Bowden. So it'd be nice if – and I want to talk about Yves Pons and John Fulkerson a little bit later, more in depth, but it'd be nice to get a little more offensive production out of those guys.
Yeah. They we'll get to that later. Texas A&M on the season, they are last in the SEC in three-point percentage. Last at 29.5%. They're last. 13 teams. They are last. Saturday night, I mean, they were on fire.
And they averaged 6 made three-pointers per game heading into the game. And then they doubled that and made 12 against Tennessee.
Yeah, had 6 in the first half. I mean, remember that old – I ain't asking you, Ben, because I know you probably don't know. Old Sega Genesis game, NBA Jam.
I remember NBA Jam.
You make a couple shots, and the ball lights up like a fireball.
It's on fire.
I've always thought this was Dickie V's voice. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But the voice in the game would say, "He's on fire, baby. He's on fire." Definitely Dickie V. Had to be. That was Texas A&M.
Nope.
That was Texas A&M. It's not Dickie V's voice?
The game is called NBA Jam, correct?
Yeah.
Tim Kitzrow.
Sounds like Dickie V to me.
The iconic voice of the video game NBA Jam.
Sound like Dickie V. Anyways, during that game, you make a couple in a row, and you hear the voice, "He's on fire." That was Texas A&M. Man, these dudes shot 44% from three. 44%. So you got A&M's best shot, and they were at home. A&M was lighting it up. I see why they shoot a bad percentage. Some of those shots from those guys, ugly.
Ugly shots.
I mean, the ball barely rotates in the air. It's ugly rotation. But, hey, it was going in. And Tennessee never panicked. Tennessee never worried. Rick Barnes didn't even have to say anything in the timeout there in the second half. It was Jordan Bone.
So impressive.
And then they come out and they beat you by 17.
I mean, it was a 2-point game with 10 minutes or so to go, and it turned into a near 20-point win, 17-point win.
The announcers, they knew what was going to happen. I think they were trying to give A&M a little bit of credit, and it came across as them wanting Tennessee to lose. I didn't think that at all. Sean Farnham loves his Tennessee team. He's always talked highly about this Tennessee team.
And Tom Hart is one of the top 3, top 5 best play-by-play guys. ESPN has, not the SEC Network, that ESPN has. He does baseball extremely well.
He's
a
great.
Former voice of the Tennessee Smokies.
He's great.
He does college football well, and he does college basketball very well.
Yeah, he's great.
I did not understand the announcer hate. And I went back and watched the game last night after the Super Bowl, and that was one of the things that I was trying to pay attention to see if maybe I got caught up in just the action of the game and didn't notice it. They talked highly of Tennessee more than they did Texas A&M.
Tennessee did not play great. Tennessee played with fire a little bit. But Tennessee did what they did all season long, which was in the last 7-8 minutes of the game, they poured on, they separate, just like they did against South Carolina. So you got A&M's best effort at home. The crowd was behind you. You shot the ball a whole lot better than you normally shoot the ball. And then Tennessee does what Tennessee does, and that is offensively they're unstoppable. They are. Too many people can beat you in too many different ways. I think it's why defensively they've become a little laxed because they know they can make up for it on offense. It's like a offensive team in the NFL that puts up 40 points per game. Okay, they might struggle on defense a little bit because they know they're going to beat you. They're going to outscore you. They know you can't hang for the entirety of a game. So that way, so that's why the defense sometimes suffer. And I look at this Tennessee basketball team, and it reminds me of that.
Absolutely, and I tweeted that at halftime, I believe, because Rick Barnes has spoken on that several times this year to where he thinks that his players know that they are so much better offensively this year than they were last year that they don't – it's not that they're not putting effort. They're not playing with effort on the defensive end. They're not playing with the necessary amount of effort. They're not as locked in as they should be as they were last year because last year Tennessee's defense is what got them to where they ended up being. A game away, a shot away from being in the Sweet 16 SEC regular season champs. Tennessee's defense got them to that point. This year, the offense is so much better. Tennessee doesn't necessarily need the defense to win games like this. And you see it with the Golden State Warriors every single night. It's almost every single game that no matter who the Warriors are playing, it could be the worst team in the league, it could be the best team in the league. The Warriors are up by single digits at halftime. You're like, whoa, the Hornets are hanging in with the Warriors tonight. And then you see the final score of the game, and it's like the Warriors win by 20. It's because they don't put forth that necessary effort on the defensive end in the first half, and then when it gets to crunch time, they lock folks down.
It happened with the Lakers over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
They played the Lakers without LeBron. I don't know what LeBron was doing, but the Lakers are winning at one point there in the third, fourth quarter, and then the Warriors turned it on.
They put the clamps on, and that's what Tennessee did with Texas A&M. A&M didn't score over the final 4 minutes, and as concerning as the defense has been at times over the last month or so, the one positive that I take away, I like to look at it from a glass half full perspective. When Tennessee has needed stops, it gets stops. When Tennessee has needed to clamp down on defense, it is clamped down on defense. You saw it with John Petty, not allowing him to score over the final 9 minutes of the game. Vanderbilt's offense really struggled at the end of the game. West Virginia's offense really struggled after they kind of made a run at Tennessee in the first half. And then Texas A&M, Tennessee locked them down over the final couple minutes, and it happened against Arkansas. So that is the one positive to take away from Tennessee's defense.
One thing I was impressed with was Josh Nebo. The big man from Texas A&M, the boy can get off the floor quick, fast, and in a hurry. I won't be surprised if he plays at the next level in the NBA.
No, and that's not too surprising because I think he had – I can't remember the exact number. He was the second leading shot blocker in the SEC heading into the game.
That boy athletic.
Mm-hmm.
That boy athletic. If he plays for Kentucky or something like that, and Tennessee's playing Kentucky, he would give but he would give Grant Williams trouble for real because that dude is athletic. Now Grant would still get his, but it won't be an easy 43 or easy 30. That boy is athletic. 6'9", quick hops, where he tried to put in a layup, and the ball came a little bit shorter on the rim, and he was able to get off the ground so fast to put it back in. It was unreal, man. I remember DeAndre Jordan came from Texas A&M, real athletic big man. Now DeAndre is a little bit taller, 7 foot, but Josh Nebo, I think he is an NBA player. I really do because of his athleticism. He can be a rim-to-rim runner, guy that can rebound, block shots, and a finisher. There's a lot of guys like that in NBA. I think Josh Nebo can be that. But back to Jordan Bone. I mean, I'm okay right now with him being co-player of the year. Can we do that? Can we have 2 players on the same team share a conference award like that? Has it ever been done?
I think you can. I'm sure it has been done. I have to go back and look.
Man, Jordan Bone, dude. He was perfect from the field. Perfect. Fun to watch. Let's get to Jay. Jay, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jay.
How are you?
I'm great.
I am too.
Good, man. What's on your mind this morning?
I thought that was a great game Saturday night. Other than not getting to watch most of the first half.
It was a great game.
Because of that other game going over.
Yeah. Well, you have to you got to be an expert in ESPN to figure out how to watch Tennessee in that game in the first 5 minutes, because Michigan State was playing Indiana on the regular ESPN channel. The game goes to overtime. Tennessee game has started. So what did they do to Tennessee's game? Initially, they put the Tennessee's game just on Watch ESPN and on the app, and then they put it on SEC Network. And then they had it on like 3 channels at one point. My gripe is it's Super Bowl weekend. You have a lot of college basketball games going on right now, and on one of their ESPN channels, they had the Madden Championship video game going on, where guys are playing video games, and they put it on television. That's my only gripe with ESPN. That's something you put on in the summer. You put that on in the summertime. There was nothing going on. I don't want to watch 2 dudes play video games. If I want to do that, I'll go to a fraternity house over here on campus and ask to watch them play Fortnite. I don't want to watch them play Madden on TV. I'm not paying DirecTV to watch Madden.
No, me either. But what makes me mad is last week they took our game off with 3 minutes left and moved it to ESPN News.
Tennessee not getting the respect that number 1 basketball team should get from the networks. I will say that. I know the Michigan State-Indiana game was a good game. Michigan State is a top 10 opponent. I think they number 6 before they lost. And Jay, thanks for the phone call there. But
if you're the producer at ESPN, you can't put on the Tennessee game over Michigan State.
You can put it on another channel, like another ESPN channel.
They did, SEC Network.
Not at the very, very, very beginning of the game.
That's my big strike.
We missed about 2 minutes of that game at the beginning.
We did.
Like, this is the number 1 team in the country.
That was my only gripe.
Yeah, this is the number 1 team in the country. We should miss a second of this game being on the major networks.
Correct. I agree with you. I
you got 2 dudes playing Madden.
See, that part doesn't bother me as much because at least they put it on a different channel. If they didn't put it on the SEC Network or if they didn't put it on ESPN News, then I would have had a problem with the Madden thing. But because they did put it on another ESPN channel, that one didn't bother me.
Tennessee was on 3 different channels.
The part that bothered me, though, is like you said, there was a 2-minute stretch there to where it was just on Watch ESPN. Put it on the SEC Network from the get-go and then switch it back over once Michigan State-Indiana game ends. Because if we're being honest, obviously I would love for them to move Michigan State-Indiana to ESPN News and start the Tennessee game. But if we're being honest with ourselves, if you're the producer and you're in charge of making that decision, you can't put Tennessee-Texas A&M. It's not Tennessee-Kentucky. It's not Tennessee-Auburn or anybody like this. It's Texas A&M.
I get it. No, I get why they didn't move.
Well, there's a lot of sentiment out there. Why aren't they starting the Tennessee game and kicking that one off ESPN? Whoever's in charge of making that decision, if they started the Tennessee game and bumped Michigan State, Indiana going into overtime, that person would have been fired.
Yeah, Michigan State, a top 6 program right now in college basketball, on the ropes against Indiana, a historic program. Archie Miller, one of the youngest, brightest young coaches coming over from Dayton. I understand why that game did not move. Right. My gripe is you got 17 other channels, ESPN.
Why is it not
on TV?
Immediately playing somewhere else?
On TV. I shouldn't have to watch Tennessee on my app for 2 minutes and then go find them again for the rest of the game and then go find them again for a different part of the game. This is the number 1 team in the country.
And I was thrown off by that because on my TV, It was on SEC Network the entire time. I didn't have to go switch over to ESPN News. I mean, it was on the SEC Network until it came on ESPN. I don't know how that happened, but it happened for me.
I went to SEC Network at the beginning of the Tennessee game. I didn't see it. Yeah. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm getting old, but I didn't see it because then I had to go get my Roku and set that up, and I was like, "What? Where is this game?" And as I was setting it up, I was watching it on my phone. So,
but not everybody has that luxury.
Number 1 team in the country. You got 17 ESPN channels, but you got 2 dudes playing Madden on one of them. There's a lot going on.
Not the greatest look.
There's a lot going on right now. It's not the summertime. I know it's Super Bowl, but I don't want to watch 2 dudes playing video games on my television.
And it's probably a rerun too. What channel was that on?
I don't know, man.
Probably ESPN News.
ESPN 7? I don't know. One of them ESPN channels. 865-200-5503. Be right back.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
I'm Vince Moore, wide receiver, VFL 1991, and you're listening to the Swain Event. Around the SEC, powered by 42nd Street Marketing, your game-winning play call for design, marketing, and branding.
Around the SEC is brought to you by 42nd Street Design. 42sd.com is the website. 865-382-7007 is the telephone number of Mike. And Mike is who you need to contact if you are in need of a new logo, print design, custom website design, anything branding that you may need. Call Mike over there at 42nd Street Design. All right, Ben, what do we have for Around the SEC today?
Taking a look back at the basketball weekend, there were several basketball games that went on over the weekend. All 14 teams were in action. You had South Carolina beat Georgia 86-80. And then the two games of the day were, at least in terms of ranking and matchup, were number 22 Mississippi State, Ole Miss. That game was back and forth throughout. Mississippi State won 81-75, and then Kentucky beat Florida 65-54, and that score is not indicative of how that game went. Kentucky and Florida were in the mud for 90% of that game, and Kentucky trailed by 11 with 13 minutes to go, and they did not look good until that point, but you have to give them credit. I mean, they completely flipped the switch at that 13-minute mark, and Tyler Hero was great. P.J. Washington was great. I'm still not convinced that Kentucky is one of the top 5 teams in the country.
You just stubborn, man. You stubborn.
They didn't play all that well. I'll give them credit for closing that game out. I mean, that was really impressive how they were able to close that game out on the road in Gainesville. But for the majority of that basketball game, they did not look good. And I was going to say I'm starting to come around to Kentucky being a top 5 team, because the fact that they were able to go on the road and win in that fashion, that showed a lot of grit and tenacity, and that really bodes well for me. I think that is –
they're going to be a top 5 team today, right?
Should be.
Because Michigan lost.
Michigan and
Michigan State lost.
And Michigan was 5, correct?
Michigan was 5. Michigan State was 6.
And then Kentucky was 7.
And Kentucky was 7.
Who was 8? Did 8, 9, or 10 have a big –
Nevada's 8. North Carolina's 9, Marquette's 10.
Now, I know North Carolina had a blowout win over the weekend.
Over
but
Louisville.
Kentucky should move top 5. And honestly, I hope they do move into the top 5, because I want that Tennessee game in Lexington, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. I want that to be like number 1 versus number 3, number 4. That would be –
well, it may be because Duke plays Virginia again.
That's exactly what I was about to say. So there's still teams that I think are better than Kentucky, but I'm starting to come around on Kentucky because it does take a lot to go on the road and win in the way that they did. I tell you what, though, Mike White, when are people going to start talking about him underachieving at Florida? His team looked funky in that second half, just looked lost, looked like they didn't know what to do, were just jacking up terrible, terrible shots early in the shot clock with a hand in the face. Whew. That game was not pretty, but you do have to give credit to Kentucky for being able to pull that one out. You had Arkansas upset number 19 LSU 90-89. LSU trailed by 18 at one point, stormed all the way back, took a lead, and then Arkansas was able to knock down a pair of free throws or hit a layup within the last 30 seconds, and then they came up with a defensive stand to win on the road. That game was very entertaining. How about Auburn blowing out Alabama 84-63? That was the Auburn basketball team I expected to show up at the beginning of conference play, and so I am interested to see if they can continue to play at that clip because, as we've said on here plenty of times, they live and die by the three. The three-point shot was working against Alabama, but will it continue to be successful for Auburn over the next couple of games? And then, obviously, Tennessee took care of business against Texas A&M. And Vanderbilt lost to Missouri 77-67.
Who lost to Missouri?
Vanderbilt. So that is how the cookie crumbled on Saturday. And now, because LSU lost to Arkansas, Tennessee sits by itself along the top of the SEC standings at 8-0 in conference play. Kentucky and LSU are tied for second at 7-1, and then South Carolina's third at 6-2.
We did a touchdown turnover last week that included the ranked SEC teams and whether or not they would win. And
you said turnover. I said touchdown. I thought Ole Miss would beat Mississippi State.
Said two ranked SEC opponents would lose over the weekend.
I thought it was just one.
Yeah, we said 2, and then I said turnover because I thought all of them would win. I thought Arkansas would lose to LSU. I thought Tennessee would win. I thought Kentucky would win. I thought Mississippi State would win. And I think you thought that 2 other ranked opponents would get beat. I think you picked Ole Miss to win
and Florida
and Florida to win. You thought they would upset Kentucky, but Arkansas they get the win.
We also had a touchdown and turnover on Thursday, and you asked, will Jordan Bowden or Kyle Alexander score 15 points against Texas A&M? You said turnover.
Yeah.
And then I said touchdown but said it would be Kyle Alexander. We were both wrong because Jordan Bowden scored 16, and Kyle Alexander only scored
He scored
4
16?
points. 16 off the bench.
Quiet 16.
7 of 13. He hit some big threes, too.
Quiet 13. Wow. All right, Tennessee, man, welcomes Missouri and Conzo Martin on Tuesday, and that is the day before National Signing Day, and we will be at Dead End BBQ, live show from 7 to 10. We'll have giveaways. We'll also have a free barbecue breakfast for you, so you can come by, enjoy breakfast on us and at Dead End. It's really cool to see George and the Dead End crew get some credit during that Texas A&M game. Sean Farnham always comes by Dead End BBQ when he's in Knoxville. He was on the call on Saturday night in the Texas A&M game. So that was cool to see Dead End get recognition there. We will be there. Tennessee Signing Day, National Signing Day. Who will Tennessee close with? Chris Russell canceled a visit. He is probably going to Texas A&M. Is what it looks like. You have Henry To'oTo'o, who is probably going to Washington or Alabama. So what is Tennessee going to do? Does Tennessee say, okay, we'll put all our eggs in the Darnell Wright basket and then try to count Aubrey Solomon to the 2019 class and call it a day? Will that happen, or will they go out and get some other players? We'll see. Already so far, I think it's a really good class, and you address some major holes on offense and on defense. 865-255-03, Attaboys coming up next.
At work, can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Increasing clouds today, patchy fog early, a 20% chance of rain showers in the afternoon, highs in the lower 60s. Mostly cloudy tonight with a 40% chance of showers, lows in the lower 50s. Tomorrow looks to be mostly cloudy, a chance of showers in the morning and early afternoon, then a slight chance of showers late, highs in the upper 60s and lows in the mid 50s. Cloudy on Wednesday with a 50% chance of showers and highs in the upper 60s. Weather on the Swain Event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Do you have sloping or uneven floors, foundation cracks, or a leaning chimney? Do your windows and doors not open properly, or are there gaps where the floor and walls meet? Don't worry, B-Dry offers approved foundation repair solutions like steel I-beams, helical piering, epoxy injections, carbon fiber applications, and more. Make sure that your home is on stable ground with B-Dry. Call them at 865-588-0454 or find them online at BeDry.com.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
It's freezing in here, Mary. What's wrong with your heater? The repairman can't get here till next week. Sugar, you've got the wrong guy. My guy is fast and has free heating service calls when he does the repair.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Hiller. Take advantage of a free service call with any repair.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Gentlemen, when it comes to taking care of your health, sometimes the first step is the hardest. Low T Center is making it easier to take that first step. It all starts with knowing the numbers that are essential to a man. Testosterone levels, blood pressure, cholesterol, prostate, and thyroid. Low T Center makes it quick and easy to get all these levels checked and more. Low T Center specializes in men's health and has expanded their services, including sleep apnea, low thyroid, hypertension, severe allergies, high cholesterol, diabetes, and annual physicals, along with testosterone replacement therapy. The physicians at Low T Center not only want to help you feel good again, they want to help you prevent any serious health problems moving forward. Now, with the holistic approach to your overall health and wellness, Low T Center is making it more convenient for men to take care of their health, and most health insurance is accepted. They'll even verify for you. Take the first step for your health and call 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388, or go to lowtcenter.com. Reinventing men's healthcare.
Go
knows your car insurance.
Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. It's not available in all states.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Hoes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
Jordan Bone, 7 from 7 from the field. Perfect night. My man, 4 for 4 from 3, 18 points, 10 assists, only 2 turnovers, 5 rebounds. I'm telling you, man, Jordan Bone is the real deal. And we compared last week his numbers to TJ Ford's number. In 2003, TJ Ford won National Player of the Year. And Jordan Bone's numbers, some of his numbers are better than TJ Ford. More than half of his numbers better than TJ Ford's. The world needs to pay attention to Jordan Bone. The dude is unreal. So I give him an attaboy because he had a perfect night. I mean, he shot the ball 100%.
To me, that wasn't even the most impressive part. The most impressive part to me was the fact that after the game, Rick Barnes said, if you could have been in the huddle the last 7 minutes, I didn't have to say a word. Jordan Bone, everything I wanted to say, he was saying. To me, there's nothing better a coach can say than that. I mean, to me, that is the ultimate compliment.
That's what you want, man, as a coach.
I mean, and he's just a junior, and you tweeted at me about Jordan Bone during the game, and I responded and said, I'm going to need Jordan Bone to quit playing as good as he is playing because he's playing himself into an NBA draft pick, into a situation where he probably shouldn't come back next season.
Balling. He's balling. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he reminds me a little bit of I won't do that. Let me go to the phone.
Who are you gonna say? Do it.
Well, I mean, he's smaller. Terry Rozier is more aggressive with his shot. Just size-wise, it reminds me a little bit of Terry Rozier, really fast and stuff. But Terry Rozier is not a facilitator like Jordan Bone. Terry Rozier is looking for his shot, so that's why I didn't want to do it. Let's get to Mark. Mark, good morning.
Mark, my brother, what's happening?
Man, I was worried. He was watching the game in the first half, Mark.
Man, I've been watching them all for about 3 or 4 weeks, man. It's
they're good, don't matter.
Jordan Bone is just ridiculous, man. The way he pulls a defender by looking one way and then the blind pass to somebody. He's moving people on the court with his eyes, and it's amazing to watch. It's really, really fun to watch.
When you think about a ball handler at the point guard position, you think about a guy that can cross you over and do all these fancy dribbles. He doesn't have to even do that. All he's doing is changing the pace and changing the speed. That's all he's doing.
That's it.
To create separation. It's really unreal.
And look one way and throw the other. I mean, he's throwing the wide open. It's really unbelievable. I'm not a big basketball dude, man, but I like Tennessee and I watch Tennessee play anything. But it's fun to watch. And the girls, man. The girls even. That last dunk, that last play where she ooped that girl, she should have slammed that in Vandy's house.
I don't mind saying
Tell me she shouldn't have.
Well, did you see the play at the beginning of the game?
Which game?
The women's, I'm sorry.
No, I missed the first part of the women's game.
It's probably the worst basketball play in the history of the game.
Not probably. It was the worst basketball sequence of all time. So the Tennessee was shooting on their end of the court, and they missed approximately 1,677 layups. And Vandy found a way to get the basketball in a scrum, and Vandy is dribbling on a fast break. It's a 1-on-2, so 2 Lady Vols are back, and 1 Vandy player, and she has the ball. And one of the Lady Vols is somewhat guarding the Vandy player on the fast break, And for whatever reason, she goes to the other side of the court because she thought somebody had that girl, and the two Lady Vols run into each other trying to get to the girl with the Vandy player that had the basketball. And then the Vandy player has a wide-open layup because of the defensive miscue, and the Vandy player missed the layup, like clanked it off underneath the rim. Didn't even hit backboard or anything. It just clanked underneath the rim. It was the worst basketball sequence I've ever seen in my life.
Well, there was a lot of layups missed in that game, man. Me and my brother were sitting there watching it going, God almighty, this is what I hate about girls' sports is they can't hit a stupid layup. You know what I mean? It was just like roll them around the rim, roll it off. But what I wanted to ask you boys this morning was after the Super Bowl was over, which I thought was a good game. I'm a defensive guy. I love low-scoring, hard-nosed football. It was a great game for me.
Hey, Mark, there we go.
What's that?
I said, hey, me too, man. I can enjoy the game whether it's 45-44 or 10-3. I mean, there's so many different ways you can enjoy the game and kind of respect the game. And defensively, that was old school, man. I enjoyed that, so that's why I got excited.
It was old school and it was really, really cool. But after the game, in the big huddle in the field, did Tom Brady kiss Kraft on the mouth?
Man, Mark,
see what happened was.
Mark,
man,
it
I mean,
looked
and they
that
didn't
way.
they didn't even just glance. They grabbed each other by the cheeks and pulled their faces to each other and locked lips on the 50-yard line. Hey, Peyton Manning wouldn't have done that.
See, I remember when Birdman rapper and Lil Wayne rapper, and they called themselves father and son, and they kissed on the lips. I mean, that was a little weird. Maybe that was some, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't care if it's Juicy Fruit rapper, man. I ain't kissing you on the mouth, Swain. If we get the top 20 picks, the top 20 recruits, I ain't kissing I ain't kissing Jerry Pruitt on the mouth. I ain't doing it.
Not Jay, I'm sorry. Mark, would you kiss
That's okay.
Jeremy
You can call
Pruitt?
me whatever you want to, Ben. I've only been talking to you for 10 years, but you can call me whatever you want.
I apologize. Would you kiss Rick Barnes on the
you
mouth
good.
if it guaranteed
No!
Tennessee a national championship?
No.
What? It's a national championship. Would you kiss Jeremy Pruitt on the lips if it guaranteed a national championship?
No.
Pucker up, Pruitt.
I kiss my daddy on the forehead. You know what I mean? I ain't kissing nobody on the head, on the mouth.
Oh man.
You don't know where his mouth's been.
Hey, I will say this: a lot of y'all out here talking about y'all wouldn't, that y'all, you getting on Tom Brady, but you got dogs and you kissing your dog in the mouth. Where's your dog's mouth been?
But Swain, they say a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I thought that was weird. Tom Brady, that was weird, man. That was weird. Y'all got a special relationship there in New England, man. That's different. That's different. Let me go to break before I say something get me in trouble. 865-250-503, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Be right back.
Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain Event.
We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy. When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union has helped people save money for almost 80 years. Whether it's free checking, financing a vehicle, or purchasing that new home, Alcoa 10 is here to help you. Better rates, better service. Check them out at atfcu.com.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Member NCUA.
Touchdown or turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Touchdown turnover backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong. Better rates and better service. atfcu.com. Hope you're having a great Monday. Because Monday is the best day of the week, right?
No, Friday is.
Monday's the best day of the week. Because that's the day we're living. Touchdown turnover. The Saints would have put up a better fight than Rams in the Super Bowl.
Touchdown. I almost said that earlier in the show, but I didn't want to get into that conversation. But I think so because, I think part of the problem was Jared Goff looked rattled as all get out, and Drew Brees is not going to look rattled in that football game, in my opinion. I quite frankly, I just think the Saints' offense would have performed better. They have too many weapons not to, and not St. Louis, but Los Angeles, they have weapons at receiver, and Josh Reynolds and Robert Woods and Brandon Cooks and whatnot, but the Saints, Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram and that offensive line and Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, I think the Saints win. Not only may play a better game, I think the Saints win because if we're being honest, Tom Brady didn't play lights out. He wasn't bad. I mean, he wasn't vintage Tom Brady or anything, so I definitely think the Saints would have put up more of a fight, if not won the football game.
Yeah, I'm saying touchdown too, man. At least you get Sean Payton versus Bill Belichick. You get Tom Brady versus Drew Brees. And you don't get a coaching clinic like we saw last night. Tony Romo was great as always. He was fun. He was entertaining. He did not predict a lot of plays like he does in other games.
I wonder if they told him not to.
I mean, maybe because it's Super Bowl, they really kept their game plan a secret. I don't know, but we didn't see a lot of that from Tony Romo. That was okay. He was still great. I think he's the best in the business, if you ask me. College or pro, to me he's the best. I enjoy him more than anyone else. But during that game, I was asking myself, man, would the Saints struggle like this offensively? Would the Saints struggle like this offensively? And the answer is no. Their answer is absolutely not. 865-250-503. Wednesday is National Signing Day. No more top 5, top 10. Respect my decision. I'm thinking about it. I'm committing, but I'm going to change my mind. Sign the papers.
It doesn't even feel like National Signing Day because of the early signing period. It felt the same way last year to where it just doesn't feel the same as it did in previous years because everybody was signing on one day. Now, 75% of the entire class has already signed. So it doesn't even feel like National Signing Day, especially for Tennessee, because you're really only waiting on 3 or 4 guys.
I'm cool with that, man.
Oh, I am too.
Versus last year was tough. Last year was tough.
Got our hopes up, and
last year was tough, man. Last year was tough. We were happy that we were going after the big time players, and those are the players you need to turn around your program. But those players picked Florida, Jacob Copeland, Warren G's son. What was his name?
It was Isaac Taylor Stewart and Elijah Griffin.
Elijah Griffin is Warren G's son. I was so salty and mad that I didn't like the song Regulators for like 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. That's my song. That's a classic. But for 5 minutes, I hated it because I was so mad that Elijah Griffin went to USC. And I totally get it. I mean, they had a party. Snoop Dogg's at the party. I mean, how do you not go to USC there if you are Elijah Griffin?
You got Quay Walker disrespecting
he sure did.
Tennessee.
He sure did, man. Last year was tough. This year, we may not get the fireworks in the morning because you have Darnell Wright, who is going to make his announcement at 4 p.m. If you take someone to replace Chris Russell, Henry To'o, and it's a big-time player, then you might get some fireworks early in the morning. Now, George Pickens took his visit over the weekend, and I heard it went very, very, very well. Very well.
Well, see, that was never the question with George Pickens on whether or not he liked Tennessee. It was an important question, and Tennessee has other schools to fight with him. But the biggest question with George Pickens is, will he get into school? There's more talk about him getting into school than there was with J.J. Peterson, and J.J. Peterson got here the week of the West Virginia game.
You know, I'm willing to help a fellow wide receiver leave the state of Alabama to come to Tennessee.
You take his ACT for him?
Hey, man, I got him. I don't know if I'm the one that can help you pass the ACT, but I'll at least give my best effort. I can guarantee you that.
Well, lucky for us, we know somebody that has 2 master's degrees from the University of Tennessee. I'm sure we can hook George Pickens up with Mr. Charlie Burris.
Yeah. Charlie Burris can be a tutor now. Don't get us in trouble though, Charlie. Can't happen.
We need him eligible.
We can't let what happened in Missouri happen here in Tennessee.
No postseason bowl bans.
Mid-Tennessee Vol says, I met Vandy coach Derek Mason yesterday at church. I said that wrong. I met Vanderbilt's coach Derek Mason yesterday at church. He spoke well of Jeremy Pruitt and said T. Martin was coming to Vandy, and UT swooped in at the last minute. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. T had an excellent offer from Vanderbilt. Excellent. I mean, it made total sense for T to go to Vanderbilt. Offensive coordinator, call plays. His son's a top baseball player. You have access to arguably the best baseball program in America at Vanderbilt.
Not arguably.
I mean, you live in Nashville, so you get to fly in and out of Nashville, which is a really, really easy airport to fly out of. And it goes everywhere. Whereas Knoxville, you got to pay $750 just to fly anywhere. It's one of the most expensive airports in the country. I mean, T was almost a Commodore, no doubt. And then Nick Saban,
those words hurt.
And Nick Saban wanted him too. So yeah, it got really close. So Mid Tennessee Vol, you're right. Mm-hmm. Ken says turnover. If Breeze got hit every time he dropped back with pressure up the middle, like Goff got, he would have been rattled too. He might have been a little better than Goff, but the Saints would have struggled against the Pats defense too. Well, the reason why the Pats gave the Rams trouble for the entire game is because Sean McVay got outcoached. He got outcoached.
They did not adjust.
He got outcoached. I don't think that Sean Payton is getting outcoached like Sean McVay.
Bill Belichick may win the chess matchup, but he's not going to be outcoached to the extent that Sean McVay was.
And the Rams, they did not have a Alvin Kamara type. They had one healthy back. They did not have a back they can put out in the flats, work the middle of the football field like a Kamara, line up at wide receiver, I think the Saints would have had way more success than the Rams. But that's just me. Going back to the text box, D. Cody, got to give it early for what to Robert Kraft and Tom Brady, guys. Have you ever been so happy you kiss your coworker or boss right on the lips? Come on, man.
Can't say that I have. Also can't say that I've even thought about it.
DC Vol Girl says Bernard King and Ernie Grunfeld shared SEC Player of the Year in 76, 77. Right now, I'm in a tie between Jordan Bone and Grant Williams. I'm in a tie right now.
I looked on Wikipedia for the SEC Player of the Year winners, and it lists Yante Maton and Grant Williams as winners last year. Was Grant co-SEC Player of the Year?
No.
Well, it says 2017, 2018, Yante Maton, Grant Williams. And then the previous year, it was Malik Monk and Cenarius Thornwell.
No. No. Maybe a Georgia fan just edited that because there was co-champions. That's it. But it was not a co-player of the year. No.
I'll do some more research.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Many people felt like Maton should have won it because he averaged more points.
It was just Grant Williams. I don't know why Wikipedia is lying, and y'all want me to donate money to your website? Please.
They just want $1, man. Give him 99 cents. Just 99 cents. 865-255-03, B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. I think Jordan Bone and Grant Williams right now, to me, are co-SEC Player of the Year. To me.
I'm with it. Bone doesn't have the numbers that Grant Williams does in terms of scoring the basketball.
Just scoring, yeah.
But Bone has been more valuable to Tennessee. I truly believe that. It wouldn't be ideal to lose Grant Williams, but I do think you could overcome the loss of Grant Williams more than Jordan Bone if you had to lose one or the other.
139 assists, only 39 turnovers.
That's ridiculous. And, I mean, he's playing 35 or more minutes per night. It's not like he's playing 25, 30 minutes and barely playing.
33 minutes.
He's playing nearly the entire game.
33 minutes a game. And he's giving you almost 7 assists per game. So 6.6. 7 assists a game and 2 turnovers a game. 84% from 3. He's shooting 47% from the field, 33% from 3.
I mean, he had a double-double in points and assists, and you don't see that in college basketball very often. And he's done it multiple times this year.
If he keeps playing this way, I'm going SEC Player of the Year. I am.
Yeah, because you mentioned earlier Jordan Bowden had a quiet 16 points. Grant Williams had a quiet double-double, 22 and 10.
He did. He did, man.
4 assists, 9 of 12 from the field.
He was so smooth.
How about, you want to talk about smooth, how about Admiral and his mid-range jumper? That's the Admiral Schofield I want to see night in and night out. 0 of 2 from the three-point line, but you take out those three-point shots, I guarantee he was 7 of 11 or so.
We'll talk about this after this break, but Admiral got another technical foul, and at some point, he's going to have to reel it in. At some point.
Yeah, I mean, I like seeing him push that A&M defender after he and Kyle Alexander got into it. I mean, that's Admiral's roommate and BFF, but there's really no need to push the A&M player because I didn't think the A&M player did anything outrageous.
No, he didn't.
It's just two guys going after the basketball.
He's the emotional leader. He's the Draymond Green of his team. We understand his role. You just can't let it cost you a game. Remember, Draymond Green got himself suspended one year in the playoffs against the Cavs. That was the year LeBron and them came back and won. You have to be edgy. You can be the emotional leader, but you got to be careful and not cross that line where it hurts you and your team. Admiral Schofield's getting close. But we good, though. We good right now. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Saturday. I really liked it because Lamonte Turner was ready to go. You see him ready? He had his fist balls up, ready to go.
Did you see where he started?
He was ready.
He was at half court and sprinted. Maybe not sprinted, but had a nice little pep in his step.
He was ready.
With a nice little jog.
He was ready to go. I'm telling you, man, 256, he was ready.
Who had their fists balled up with more anger? Penny, when his Tigers were losing 24-1 in the first half against South Florida, or Lamonte Turner in that situation?
Oh, Lamonte. Easy, Lamonte. 865-200-5503. We'll come back with Rusty on the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End BBQ has a new slew of daily specials for the fall. Enjoy a different special meal every day, like the smokehouse stew, barbecue cheddar meatloaf, or the smoked turkey and dressing, which includes sliced smoked turkey and cornbread dressing paired with sautéed Brussels sprouts, mashed potatoes, and a side of turkey gravy. While Dead End offers a different specialty meal each day, you can get their hillbilly chili every day. There is always something new at Dead End BBQ. Located off of Sutherland Avenue, Dead End BBQ. The fall flavor search is over.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today. We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Goes your car insurance. Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
If you aren't following the Swain Event on Twitter, then are you even on Twitter? Hit that follow button. It's the right thing to do.
Let's get to Rusty on the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Rusty, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are we?
Fantastic, man. Thank you for holding during the break. Hope you are well.
No problem. Wonderful, wonderful. Got a big morning plan. Got to take the little girl to the orthodontist in a minute, but outside of that, we're all good here.
Good, man. Good. I'm hoping for the best, man. Hoping for the best.
Hey, want to talk balls basketball, of course, but can I get my Super Bowl take real quick?
Please do.
Okay. If you're going to play Bill Belichick in the playoffs, you better go in with an offensive game plan that they haven't seen you run all year.
Correct.
You can't go in and do what you've always done because he's going to take away what you've always done. You got to do what he does defensively. You got to do what the Patriots do offensively when you play him, which is they come out and you never know if you're going to get a team that's going to go with 3 tight ends and the fullback, or if you're going to get a team that's going to go 5 wide on you. You don't know what the Patriots are going to do, and that's how you have to attack Belichick. And if you don't, you're going to lose. And I'm telling people right now, Belichick's going to make a run at the Super Bowl with a new quarterback in a few years whenever the current one is gone.
Yep. He will. He's the greatest. He's the greatest. What he's doing is more impressive than anything. I don't care if the Warriors win the next 5. I don't care. It's more impressive because you got to deal with free agency. You got guys who want more money. There's less money in the NFL. He's doing it with different players. I mean, it's just unreal.
And the parity level is so much different in the NFL versus the NBA. It's not even close.
And people can hate on him all they want to. Yeah. Call him a cheater. He is great.
Oh, I think that I do. I do the same thing. I think they're cheaters. I 100% believe they are cheaters, and I believe Belichick is a cheater. But I also believe he's great at the same time. You can be a cheater and be great. That's my opinion. The reason I think they're cheaters is because the 2 times they've been busted for cheating isn't the only 2 times they were cheating. And the reason I know that is because somebody who gets busted for possession of weed or coke or heroin, that's not the only time they had weed, coke, or heroin on them.
I got you. No, I mean, I think it would be safe to say that the Patriots did more than what they were caught doing.
They pushed the envelope for sure.
They did, but it just doesn't. For me, it doesn't take anything away from their greatness. Yeah, the football might have been deflated for the first half, but you still got to run routes. You still got to throw the ball. You still got to tackle. You still got to do all these things. And they do it better than most.
Yeah, my point is this: they'll do whatever it takes to get a competitive advantage, and that to me is cheating. But also at the same time, what he does game planning defensively is bar none the best coaching ever done in the history of the NFL. That's it.
It's unreal. And we'll see, man. We'll see what happens with the Dolphins because Brian Flores is defense coordinator that's leaving the Patriots now to be the Dolphins. Who gets the credit? Because we see this all the time in college. We sometimes we don't give a coordinator credit because that head coach, that's his philosophy. I mean, that's his wheelhouse. We don't necessarily give the Oklahoma offense coordinator credit because of their head coach, or we don't give Tennessee's defense coordinator credit because Jeremy Pruitt is the head coach. So we'll see what happens with that Miami Dolphins defense now that Brian Flores, the former DC of the Patriots.
My guess is it's the same thing as Romeo Crennel and the guy who's in Detroit.
Yeah.
And everybody's left Nick Saban. I just think the Patriots will still be who they are, no matter who the assistant coaches are.
Yep.
Basketball.
Okay.
Jordan Bone, elite level. What he's doing is sick. Y'all have already touched on it. The way he is changing speeds and getting people off balance so simply is a thing of beauty. I love where you're going with him possibly co-offensive player or co-player of the year in the SEC. I don't think it's going to happen. I wouldn't be opposed to him even winning it, but it's going to go to Grant.
Yeah.
But I do agree with Ben. Right now, Bone's the MVP of this team, and the reason we're number 1.
Yep.
We're still great, and Grant's still the best player on this team. Grant is the guy that everything is centered around, and defenses have to game plan Grant, which is why he is going to win Player of the Year. Because Grant makes everybody else's job easier, without a doubt, but Bone's playing at a level that is MVP worthy. I don't know what would happen if Turner and Bowden were our point guards for 2 or 3 games in a row because Bone had the flu or a hangnail or whatever. I don't know what it would be, but I also don't know what it would be if Grant was taken off the court for an entire ball game and teams could play us without having to double Grant in the post all the time.
Yeah, I mean, Admiral's valuable, Bone is valuable, Grant's valuable. Thanks for the phone call, Rusty. There's a lot of valuable pieces on this basketball team. When I was watching the Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Joe Dumars, Isaiah Thomas conversation, I don't know if it's on YouTube, but it is worth you watching. Just go watch it. Go watch it and understand this basketball team and how they function. During the conversation, Isaiah Thomas was talking about how Joe Dumars will want the ball a certain type of way when he came off screens. And when you play together for so long, you know each other's tendencies. You know how a player wants the ball coming off a screen. You know, okay, here's a down screen. He's going to come off this way. Okay, I see the defender trailing and trying to kind of caboose the screen. Okay, he's going to curl it. How many times have we seen Jordan Bowden and Admiral Schofield curl that screen? As soon as they catch it, it's a jump shot.
5 times each per game.
The pass is always perfect. The pass is right there in the shooting pocket to allow Admiral Schofield and Jordan Bowden to get elevation on their shot and make it. If the pass is terrible, he's not making that shot. No one's making that shot. That's Jordan Bowden knowing his teammates. People are really underestimating and not really knowing how great Jordan Bowden really is. We have seen freshmen play on the football field, on the basketball court, and we can just tell that the game is coming to them at a warp speed, and they're drinking a fire hose. They're trying to drink from a fire hose, and they can't take it all in. Jordan Bowden, the game looks like it's so slow for him. So slow. It comes to him so easy now.
He dictates the speed of the game on both ends.
He's so fun to watch.
Because everybody talks about his offensive effort. He's just as good on defense.
He's so fun to watch.
Staying in front of guys. And this basketball team does so many of the little things, at least on the offensive end. They have a ways to go on the defensive end in terms of communicating, overhelping, things of that nature. But in terms on offense, the entry passes into the post from not just Jordan Bowden, Lamonte Turner, Jordan Bowden, are always impressive. You rarely see them turn the basketball over at a high clip. They continue to move the basketball. You rarely see somebody pick up their dribble in a bad spot. They're continually moving the basketball, not putting themselves in bad position. And for the most part, they play inside out, which is their key to success, going through Grant Williams. And for the most part, they do a really good job of playing through Grant Williams. And then Bowden is able to hit his shots. Bone is able to hit his shots, as is Lamonte and Admiral. And we talk about playing through Grant a lot, but we're at the point now where the team is almost playing through Jordan Bone. Grant Williams is getting his through Jordan Bone because Jordan Bone is able to set up his teammates so effectively. And then, we've got peanut butter and jelly with Grant Williams, Admiral Schofield. We need to revisit that nickname. We need to refine it and add Jordan Bone to that. So Jordan Bone's the bread, but we need a more creative way of putting that all together.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be the best at that.
No,
I'll leave that up to the creative listeners, man. But Bone needs to be a part of it for sure. He's playing lights out. Lights out. Speaking of lights out, if you have any electrical problems, you definitely need to call Hiller, as well as cooling, heating, and plumbing. Any issues there, you call Hiller. You will experience true transparency pricing. What is that? That is when you get the information up front before you commit to any repairs. Information about the cost of the part, information about the process, information on everything. It's your money, it's your house, it's your stuff. You want to know the truth, and Hiller is going to provide that truth for you. Also, right now, it's the free service call with repair. So essentially, most companies, they come out, they charge you a trip or a dynastic fee to come out and look at your problem. Hiller does not do that. When you get service, that service charge, that service call is free. So you calling, getting them to come out and look at your problem, that is free. That is an automatic $69 in savings. Happy you will be, or the service is free. Hiller covers most of Tennessee from Memphis to Knoxville, also including Bowling Green and Huntsville, Alabama. Hiller covering most of Tennessee, Bowling Green, Kentucky, and Huntsville, Alabama. We will take our bottom of the hour break here on the Swain Event. 8:50 a.m., 100.9 FM. Rocky Top Sports. Stay with us.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Are you ready to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Then call me, Jennifer Morris, with Keller Williams Realty at 865-694-5904. Listen to what the Townsend family had to say.
After having listed our home with another agent, Jennifer's marketing approach was a breath of fresh air. She priced our home competitively, strategized the best time to list, and began planning our open house. She aggressively negotiated with the buyer and kept us informed during the entire process. Jennifer took away the stress of selling our home, and we would not hesitate to use her again in the future.
Are you ready to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Then call me, Jennifer Morris, with Keller Williams Realty at 865-694-5904.
Gentlemen, when it comes to taking care of your health, sometimes the first step is the hardest. Low T Center is making it easier to take that first step. It all starts with knowing the numbers that are essential to a man. Testosterone levels, blood pressure, cholesterol, prostate, and thyroid. Low T Center makes it quick and easy to get all these levels checked and more. Low T Center specializes in men's health and has expanded their services, including sleep apnea, low thyroid, hypertension, severe allergies, high cholesterol, diabetes, and annual physicals, along with testosterone replacement therapy. The physicians at Low T Center not only want to help you feel good again, they want to help you prevent any serious health problems moving forward. Now, with the holistic approach to your overall health and wellness, Low T Center is making it more convenient for men to take care of their health, and most health insurance is accepted. They'll even verify for you. Take the first step for your health and call 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388, or go to lowtcenter.com. Reinventing men's healthcare.
Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain Event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
National Signing Day. We call it Tennessee Signing Day. We will be live at Dead End BBQ from 7 to 10. There'll be a live show, and then we'll be there until forever. So if you're wondering how long we're going to be there, I may miss you between 7 and 10. Don't worry. I plan on being there until the afternoon. So 3 o'clock, somewhere around there, is when I plan on leaving. So please come by. If you can't come by between 7 and 10, we'd love to see you throughout the day. It's gonna be a fun day. Tennessee's in a good spot right now. They are in the top 15 as far as team rankings, and they have a chance to add one of the top players in the country, and Darnell Wright. Neil Brown in West Virginia. Of course, they're going to bring everything they have to try to keep the in-state player in-state, but I don't think it's going to work that well. I think too much time has passed, and I think Darnell Wright will be in the SEC. What school in the SEC? I don't know. I got a good feeling he'll be involved, though. Good feeling.
Jeremy Pruitt has a press conference at 4, so I'll at least be there until I have enough time to get over there.
Do you remember the Ed Orgeron press conference when he had to stop the press conference? He's like, hey, guys. It was during the early signing period. He's like, hey, guys, I'm over here trying to do a press conference.
It's like after a bowl practice.
Yeah, thank you, guys. And then he comes back mid-sentence. Yeah, what I was saying was, JoJo and the Hummer. JoJo loved the Hummer. Hold on. Guys, can y'all be quiet over there, please? It's my second time telling y'all. Next time, I'm going to get my belt. Anyways, JoJo, man, the Hummers, new Hummers. Like, that's what Pruitt's going to do. Pruitt's going to be talking. And then he's gonna bring up Darnell Wright because once they sign, you can talk about him.
But what if he goes to Alabama?
Then you don't talk about him. But I'm talking about mid-sentence. As soon as he gets notification that Darnell Wright signed with Tennessee, I want to hear Jeremy Pruitt go at Orgeron and totally flip the conversation mid-sentence and start talking about Darnell Wright. That would be funny because he's committing at the same time that Jeremy Pruitt is talking to the media.
I said the wrong time. Jeremy Pruitt is meeting at 4:30.
So Darnell Wright committing at 4, Pruitt at 4:30. So that means Pruitt would have known by then what Darnell Wright is doing. So Pruitt's going to be either really, really, really pissed off or he's going to be really happy. He's still not going to smile, though. He's going to be the happiest guy ever without a smile. I don't know how you do that, but Pruitt's going to do that.
Does Pruitt smile?
I've never seen him smile before. I haven't.
The only time I see him smile is when he is taking a picture with a recruit.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
I've never seen him smile in person. I've seen like pictures, but you got to smile with a recruit. That don't count to me. You got to put on a face that's not really you in recruiting.
Yeah, but coincidence that Jeremy Pruitt is holding his press conference 30 minutes after Darnell Wright is announcing?
Like, recruiting makes you do weird things. Look at Nick Saban dancing in people's living rooms. Like, Nick Saban ain't really doing that on a Saturday night or Thursday night. He's only doing that for recruiting. You're not getting that from Nick Saban any other time. It's a Pruitt's press conference at 4:30 to talk about the 2019 class. Will it include Darnell Wright, and will it include Aubrey Solomon? And where are we on that? Have we made up our good reason why he should be eligible this year? Have we made up our good hardship waiver story? Have we done that?
They better. Was there a Michigan fan being racist?
Is Justin Fields is able to play at Ohio State, and he's able to use the racist baseball player that made a comment in the stands, then we should be able to find something in Michigan to allow Aubrey Solomon to be eligible.
I'm sure we can find something. Something. Like Jim Harbaugh's weirdness was traumatic.
I'm sure we can find someone who does not believe in equality in the state of Michigan and use that as excuse to allow Aubrey Solomon to play football this year for the Vols.
I'm with it because right now, who is starting along the defensive line?
Yeah, we got to make sure that excuse is really good. And that reason is really, really, really good. Really good. Because we need him to play this year. 865-200-5503, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Who we got there?
Got Daniel.
Daniel, good morning.
Hey, how y'all doing this morning?
Great, Daniel. How are you, man?
Oh, I'm doing great. Hey, you saw Pruitt smile when he was trying to figure out what asparagus was, so, you could give him that.
Yeah, that was like 10 years ago, 10, 12, 15 years ago when that video was made.
So long ago,
Yeah.
it doesn't even look like Jimmy Pruitt.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna count that. Have we seen him
Yeah,
smile
yeah. I mean,
as a Tennessee coach?
yeah, I guess because he's got hair and everything, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but hey, let me switch it to basketball right quick. Just to give y'all a quick touchdown or turnover.
Yeah.
Barring injury, do you see the starting lineup we got right now changing for the rest of the regular season, barring injury?
I don't see why it should.
I don't think it will because Jordan Bowden, quite clear that he is more confident coming off of the bench. You're not starting John Fulkerson or Derek Walker, Yves Pons. He's not starting anytime soon. Outside of injury, I don't think you're going to see a change.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, because like you said, it's pretty obvious that Jordan Bowden's more confident and comfortable coming off the bench, and he adds the obvious spark. But I tell you, with that lineup that we had where it was the starters and then Bowden was in instead of Alexander, I'm telling you that lineup is unstoppable in crunch time when we need to put up points.
Yeah, Lamonte, he's making shots. He's finishing at the basket. You start him. I think Lamonte and Jordan Bowden just switched positions from last year. I think Jordan Bowden's going to be a six-man player of the year. But last year Jordan Bowden was starting. I think all you've done is just switch them. And I like the Bowden Turner backcourt. I like Admiral Schofield in with Grant and Kyle. Just to establish some defensive presence. Like you come into the paint, I want to see Kyle Alexander swatting those balls away, getting those rebounds, and then you bring in your other group, and then you have Admiral at the 4, Grant at the 5, and then you have
you have 6 guys that need to be on the court at all times. It's weird
not
because
all times. I mean,
you mentioned you like having Kyle Alexander
to start the game.
Which guard in terms of your 6 best players? Which guard are you taking off for Kyle Alexander? Jordan Bowden, Lamonte Turner, Jordan Bowden. Like in crunch time, if you want Kyle Alexander in the game, which guard are you taking off?
It just depends. It just depends on the
right.
Yeah, it's a game by game flow.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
but imagine like the foul situation is all the same and everything even. What guard are you taking off the floor?
I mean, if you're up and you're expecting to be fouled, then I'm gonna put in my best foul shooters. If you need rebounding, if the opponent that you're playing is really really big, then maybe I'm putting in Jordan Bowden over Lamonte Turner.
And both are good rebounding guards.
Yeah,
but they're both
from the free throw line. I think.
Yeah, they're both good at the free throw line. Bowden's, I think he's shooting almost 90%, and Turner's 86, and Bowen's 85. So
it just depends on the situation, man. But it's a good problem to have because you're right, man. We got really 6 starters. We really do.
Yep. All right. Well, y'all have a good one today.
Thank you.
My only concern about taking Kyle Alexander out at the end of the game, I do think the 5 of Lamonte, Jordan Bowden, Grant, and Admiral, I think those are your best 5. But my concern with not having Kyle in at the end of the game is that you do give up some size, height-wise. You're still bulky and strong, but if you're going up against a team that is tall and athletic, like a Mississippi State, they have some tall players.
Or LSU.
Kentucky to a certain extent. You're losing out on a lot of size.
It just depends. And another good thing, too, is our whole team can shoot free throws. We're number 1 in the conference in free throw percentage now. Derek Walker's not the best free throw shooter. But as a team, our 6 or 7, they all shoot the ball pretty well. Earlier in the show, we said we were going to mention Fulkerson.
Not just Fulkerson.
And East Pond?
Both of them. Both of them should never be on the court at the same time. I fully mean that. Especially on the offensive end.
Because what happens is, and I see what you're saying. That's hard to do, to not have them all on the court at the same time. But what happens is the defense, they do not respect Fulkerson. They do not respect East Pons. They let him shoot. And early in the season, he wouldn't hesitate to shoot that open jump shot from the corner. Now he doesn't even look at the rim. He doesn't shoot. And so he's not a threat. Now, Fulkerson did have a one-on-one opportunity in the post, did not capitalize on it. But I get nervous when we have the ball and we throw it to those guys. And that's okay. They can be defensive specialists. That's okay. Everyone can't be Jordan Bone, or Jordan Bowen, and Lamonte Turner, and Grant Williams. Like, everyone can't be that. They have a role. They have a role on this team now. And their role is defense, rebounding, loose balls. Energy. That's their role now.
And I think they do a good job of bringing the energy. John Fulkerson more than Yves Pons over the last couple of games. On the defensive end, Fulkerson does bring a lot of energy, and he's going to pick up his 2 to 3 fouls per game. But he does do a good job on the defensive end, in my opinion. It's just the offensive end. When he and Yves Pons were in the game against Texas A&M, it was 5-on-3, essentially.
It was.
And
no, you're right.
That is just not a good recipe. And it seems as if, I don't know if the stats back this up, but it seems and feels like every time John Fulkerson and Yves Pons comes into the game, that's when the lead just disappears like that. Against Vanderbilt, Alabama, West Virginia, Texas A&M, when those teams were able to come back after Tennessee's strong start, it's almost as if right when Pons and Fulkerson came into the game, that's when the game flipped on its head.
Let's get to Rev. You're not wrong. Rev, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How we doing?
Wonderful, man. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm driving as usual. Hey, we'll get to this basketball team real quick. You know, I'm so proud of these guys, Swain. Man, you know, they've come a long way since last year. Big improvement. I think Jordan Bone is the best point guard in the country. Not in terms of just athleticism, but you don't see another point guard in the country controlling the game like he does right now. Like it's wonderful to watch. My only concern with this basketball team, Swain, is the defensive side a little bit, because I've seen too many times now, too many games. Now it's just the eye test. I ain't saying I know the game of basketball very well because I don't know much about the defense, but they're leaving too many open threes. And once we get up there playing the Kentuckys and the Auburns, teams that make you pay by the three, we can't. I feel we can if we need to, but we shouldn't try to change the way we play for somebody else in terms of just getting to a three-point shooting contest with another team. Because Kentucky and Auburn, they will make you pay at the three-point line.
Yeah, I think we need to defend the three a whole lot better. And, Kentucky with Tyler Hero, I mean, the dude's he's a knockdown shooter. He will make you pay. He will have a Jody Meeks type of game where he's putting up 30 points all from the perimeter if you don't guard him. If he gets open looks, he's going to drain them. So you got to be really, really careful with him. And you have to expect that you're going to get team's best effort. They're going to get their best performance. A&M is a team that shoots 29% from three, 30% from three. Last in the SEC, but they were 44% against us. And so we have to do a better job of defending the three and understanding that's really team's best shot at beating us is shooting that three, especially in conference, except for Kentucky or maybe I'm right now I'll say just only Kentucky. Everybody else, they have to beat us by the three. They have to shoot a lot of threes and make them. Kentucky could probably beat us in other ways because they're talented, they're playing well. But if you're Tennessee, you have to expect other teams to have to jack up threes and make them. Just like if you are the favorite in the football game and you're going to beat them. Well, you have to expect trick plays. You have to expect fake punts, fake field goals, things like that, gimmicks, because that's the only way they can beat you. Well, Tennessee basketball, I look at them the same way. Teams have to shoot threes to beat Tennessee and shoot them at a great rate. Tennessee almost lost to Vanderbilt because Vanderbilt was on fire that night. On fire. Carolina made the first half of that game really, really, really important and special because Chris Silva stepped out to hit a three. They had other players stepping out shooting threes. They had their best half shooting the ball. A&M is no different, so you have to expect that.
And those three teams are three of the four worst teams at shooting the three-point ball in the SEC.
So be ready for Missouri to have their best shooting performance.
Well, they are the SEC leader in three-point percentage at 37% per game.
I'm waiting for it.
But in terms of that Super Bowl last night, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't make it halfway through the second quarter. I turned that off and put Paw Patrol back on for the kids, man, and I went to bed.
Hey, man, Paw Patrol is that fire, though. I love me some Paw Patrol.
Anyways, I'll see you guys Wednesday morning. Y'all have a good day.
See you, Rev. Thanks, man.
Are we going to have enough room at Dead End BBQ? Because maybe it's just me, but it feels like a lot more people are saying that they are going to come than the last couple of years.
I'll say this. Last year, we were not on the air. We were not on the dial. So second, third week of January, we abruptly left the air. And we were doing our show from Tony's studio in beautiful North Knoxville. It's a nice 20-minute drive to and from. So 40 minutes of driving to and from Tony's studio. And I'll always be indebted to him for allowing me to come into his home and do the show. I would do the same thing for him if he needed it. We were not on air. We were not on air for 6 months out of the year last year. We got on in June. Yeah. And as I look back at it, we have a talk show host award from City View. We had an attendance at Dead End BBQ that was the largest attendance ever of doing National Signing Day, and we were not on the air. So that tells you just how great our listeners are and what people really appreciate and respect. They appreciate someone that's going to tell them the truth and just keep it real. And that means the world to me. 7 years ago, I was like, man, I'm gonna do my show this way. If it works, great. If it doesn't, I'll go sell insurance or something. And people respect just a genuine take. If it's for your team or against your team, it's genuine. You know it's real, and you know it's going to be fair. And people have responded to that, and I just want to tell them I appreciate that. But yeah, I anticipate Dead End BBQ to be slam. Last year, we were not on the radio, and it was standing room only. So it may be the same on Wednesday, man. I'm looking forward to it.
We may have to take it out to the parking lot.
I don't know if we're going to do that, man. Looks like it's going to rain again.
Oh.
I know, man. Damn rain. We got For What coming up next.
For what is coming up on the Swain Event.
Increasing clouds today, patchy fog early, a 20% chance of rain showers in the afternoon, highs in the lower 60s. Mostly cloudy tonight with a 40% chance of showers, lows in the lower 50s. Tomorrow looks to be mostly cloudy, a chance of showers in the morning and early afternoon, then a slight chance of showers late, highs in the upper 60s and lows in the mid 50s. Cloudy on Wednesday with a 50% chance of showers and highs in the upper 60s. Weather on the Swain Event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Be Dry is celebrating 60 years of protecting homes across the U.S. They are the basement and crawl space experts. There has been historic rainfall in East Tennessee recently. If you are experiencing wet foundation walls, puddles on your floor, or water where your floor and wall meet, then you should call Be Dry. They have over 500,000 customers nationwide. Be Dry gives free estimates for all homeowners, financing is available, and if you mention the Swain Event, Be Dry will give you $500 off a full perimeter basement waterproofing solution. Wet basement? Better call Be Dry, 865-588-0454 or online at BeDry.com.
Do you want a custom themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Well, look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. Every design has you, the fan, in mind. Their tumblers and bottles are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the market. From stainless steel sippy cups to tumblers and sports bottles, Game Time Sidekicks offers something for the fan of all ages to rep their team with. They have many different logo options, so fans will have something they are proud to carry around all the time. Use promo code SWAIN at checkout to get 20% off of your entire purchase at GameTimeSidekicks.com. They also offer $5 flat rate shipping. Be sure to check out the Game Time Workshop on the website and customize your tumbler to make it one of a kind with things like your nickname, number, or initials. Game Time Sidekicks. Show your colors and carry your team. We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
It's freezing in here, Mary. What's wrong with your heater? The repairman can't get here till next week. Sugar, you've got the wrong guy. My guy is fast and has free heating service calls when he does the repair.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Hiller. Take advantage of a free service call with any repair.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Dan Mullen posing awkwardly with recruits.
For what?
Gators working out wearing costumes.
For what?
Vanderbilt making a sorority-style video.
For what?
Aaron Murray and David Pollock opening their mouths.
For what?
I got 2 for what's right quick. How does a men's basketball team in the ACC only score 24 points in the game? 14 points in the first half and 10 points in the second half. That was the score for the NC State Wolfpack. They lost at home 47-24 to Virginia Tech. 14 points in the first, 10 points in the second, 24 points for the game. Wow. 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 Wow.
Friendly reminder that Grant Williams scored 43 points against Vanderbilt.
Wow. This next for what? I need to say for.
You need some time.
Yeah, I need to say.
Give us a little tease. What's the headline?
Here's a tease. You remember in the movie Friday when Ezel fell in the store? He faked his fall to try to get some money. Well, we have someone in New Jersey who really did this and got caught faking a fall. So I got to give you the details, and I will do that to start hour 3 here. Sorry for the short break. But we got to get back on time. Top of the hour breaks, always hard breaks. 8:50 a.m., 100.9 FM, Rocky Top Sports. Hour 3 coming up.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
VFL's Jason Swain and Todd Kelly here with our Men on Football and Smoothie segment. Let's discuss some of our favorite smoothies and how they impact our lives. TK, man, tell me which smoothie comes to mind when you think about playing defense?
Swain-O, the Peanut Butter Power Plus and the Power Punch Plus provide the energy needed to make plays every time they take the field. Then you have the Gladiator and the Hawk, nutrition every dominant player has to have. Bottom line, everyone wants to be a dominant player. Now, Swain, you tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
TK, it's simple. You always score with Smoothie King. The shredder personifies what we are going to do to opposing defenses. The berry punch and activator will light up the scoreboard. And in case we need to go into overtime, the pure recharge will put us over the top for the win.
Swain, you know I love football and Smoothie King. I'm a VFL, a Smoothie King for life. The chocolate gladiator and the chocolate shredder with the scoop of peanut butter, oh, that's my go-to smoothie. They get a chest bump all day.
Yes, sir. This concludes our Men on Football and Smoothie King segment for today. Don't forget the Sip by Sip program. Use Smoothie King as a meal replacement 5 or more times a week, and you'll feel and see the difference. Smoothie King, the healthy alternative to fast food. Delicious and nutritious. TK.
Don't forget the peanut butter. Yeah, boy.
80 years. Whether it's free checking, financing a vehicle, or purchasing that new home, Alcoa 10 is here to help you. Better rates, better service. Check them out at atfcu.com.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Member NCUA.
You're listening to the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End BBQ. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com.
So in Woodbridge, New Jersey, police have arrested a New Jersey man who they say faked a slip and fall at a business to get insurance money. 50-year-old Rudolph man was subcontracted to work at a company in Woodbridge when he faked the fall in 2018. Authorities say that the surveillance video captured the man grabbing ice and throwing it on the floor before lying down. They say the man waited until he was discovered, and then he filed an insurance claim for hospital treatment. The man was arrested January the 15th and charged with insurance fraud and theft by deception. We had a real life scene from Friday. I didn't think we would ever see it, but we have it. My neck, my back, my neck and my back. I want 100,000.
Man, get
up. It ain't even wet over there. Oh.
Well, let me have this beer then.
Oh man, this dude trying to get paid.
What was that cat's name in the movie? Ezekiel.
Ezel.
The most underrated character in that movie.
He was hilarious.
I don't know what's funnier, that scene or when Smokey's going number 2 outside the house.
Oh yeah.
And he walks by.
He said, "What you doing? What you doing? What you back there doing?
Don't you walk over here?
What you doing? Oh, Smokey. Hey man, don't tell nobody. All right, I won't tell nobody." And he walks by. Hey, everybody, Smokey back here taking I won't tell anybody else. Oh man, he was trying to fake a fall for insurance money, like they were not going to have cameras there in the restaurant. He put down a couple of things of ice, trying to sell the fall.
I saw one over the weekend where somebody was in it was like a pharmacy, and they were like looking around, and they threw some like pill bottles on the floor, and like tried to fake like they slipped over some pills.
My goodness, man.
People are stupid.
Man. All right, let's get to the text box. Mocha Jones says, "It's my birthday. Tennessee is the #1 team in the nation. A VFL got a ring last night. And Ben's Vandy team is 0-8 in conference. Happy Monday."
Hey, my Vanderbilt basketball team may be worse than Tennessee's basketball team, but my Vanderbilt football team is better than your Tennessee football team, Mocha Jones.
Don't do that, Ben. You're going to have people really thinking. You're really going to have people thinking that you're a Vanderbilt football fan. I don't think everyone knows the inside joke there.
That is an inside joke.
You better be careful, Ben. You might have some people
I'm
emailing
kidding.
you.
I'm kidding. People are going to comment on Facebook and say, "How dare you, Jason Swain, put a Vanderbilt fan on your show?" I'm not a Vanderbilt fan, I promise.
Ben's buddy played for Vanderbilt last year.
Last
They
5 years.
they went to high school together. They're boys, and Ben wants his buddy to do well. And so we have turned that into a joke that Ben is a Vanderbilt fan. Just want to add some context before people really think that Ben is a Vanderbilt fan.
As Volstorm and Chris on the text box like to say, you can't spell Vanderbilt without Ben.
Can't spell Vanderbilt without Ben. That is correct.
It's all good, though, because you can't spell loser without Volstorm. But on a real note, happy birthday, Mocha Jones. Happy birthday.
Oh, man. So I got a text. What? WTF? Ben is a Vander?
Wait, you really got that already?
Yeah, I got a text. Yep. 905. WTF? Ben is a Vander?
A Vander.
He just gave his notice. See? It's a joke. It's a joke.
I thought a lot of people knew it was a joke.
No, totally a joke, man. Totally a joke. Let's get to Turkey Man. Turkey Man, good morning.
Good morning, individuals.
Good morning.
I tell you what, them man balls is playing some good ball, and I don't know if I've seen a point guard play any better than ours is playing right now.
He's a man. He's a wizard. He's a wizard.
He's in the bone zone, I tell you.
Whoa! Whoa.
He's handling it.
Whoa, Turkey Man.
He's handling it in the bone zone, huh?
He is.
Turkey
He's
Man.
doing good, man.
Oh, my word.
The Bone Zone?
Yeah.
What is the Bone Zone?
Well, you remember Bone, that the character they had down there, and he had the Bone Zone. It's kind of like a show, I think. And he's putting on a show.
So when Jordan Bone is
doing his thing. He's in the zone.
I guess feeling it. He is
he's doing his thing.
You know, dropping off great passes and
Hey,
shooting
man.
jump
There you
shots.
go.
We're gonna call it the Bone Zone.
Well, he's in the zone, ain't he? It is Bone, ain't it?
His last name is Bone.
Right. He's in the zone, right?
He was in the zone Saturday.
Amen. Have you not seen him in several weeks now?
He's been in the zone for several weeks now. Correct.
Okay, that's the Bone Zone. There you go. Hey, I tell you what, I was going to ask you a couple questions. Number one, Ben, you're doing a tremendous job of doing that play-by-play on that ladies' basketball fiasco earlier. And I was wondering two things. I wonder how John Ward would have done a play-by-play on that. And I'd love to have heard his voice in it. And my second question is, since you are a grade school, middle school women's basketball champion coach, Swain, have you seen any worse play as your experience as a women's grade school / middle school basketball coach?
You mean the sequence between Tennessee and Vanderbilt? No,
yes, that's mostly.
No.
Turkey Man,
Okay.
all I can say, the Lady Vols were not in the bone zone on that play.
No, they're not in the Bone Zone.
No, they were
wasn't.
far from it.
All right. The other thing is, if we don't make it in time to get a parking spot, where do we park at?
Across the street, and you have to walk a mile.
Do we have a VIP pass to bring us, shuttle us to and from?
Sure.
Do we have?
Yes, it's like we're going to treat this like the men's and women's basketball games on campus. You can park at the ag campus, and we'll have the buses shuttle you over for free.
Okay.
Yeah,
That sounds like a plan.
There's
Okay.
parking, and there's some alternative parking if we need to get there. So if we get to that point, there'll be some alternative parking.
All
so
right,
Ben is
just-
joking
just-
again. You don't have to park it and walk a mile because people are really gonna believe that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
will believe you.
We'll see you guys.
All right.
Have a good one.
The Bone Zone.
And no, you don't have to walk a mile. It was a joke. I apologize.
When Jordan Bone is in the zone, it's the Bone Zone.
I'm done. It's time to pack it up for the day and go home. I've lost it. I was locked in. I was giving 63 effort.
The Bone Zone. Are we going with this or not? I mean, Admiral and Grant, they have their own thing going on. Peanut butter and jelly, right? Why can't Jordan Bone have his own nickname? Bone Zone. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I like it.
Let's go with it.
The Bone Zone. So you've got peanut butter and jelly playing in the Bone Zone.
Bone Zone. I like it. Good job, Steve.
I also like, somebody said that Jordan Bone is the peanut in the peanut butter and the jam in the jelly.
No, man. You can't make that work. That ain't going to work. Let's go to Bo. Bo, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Swain?
I'm great. How are you, Bo?
I'm doing good. I wanted to first say that I've been a listener of your show for about a year now. Great stuff.
Thank you.
Sad to see Charlie leave. But I wanted to let you guys know that also I am a diehard Michigan fan.
Okay.
And I heard that you were recruited and everything. I wanted to hear a little bit more about your process of choosing Tennessee. Now, I love Tennessee, too. A very rare, from what I have heard. But I like both. And I think Tennessee is coming up, and they're doing really good on the recruiting trail. They beat us for multiple players and everything this year. How do you see those guys coming in and making an immediate impact? And do you guys know exactly what kind of player you have in Aubrey Solomon?
I'm sure you can let us know. What do we have?
He's a great player.
Yeah.
He is a great player. I'm kind of mystified as to why he got less playing time this year, to be completely honest. I know our defensive coordinator, Don Brown, likes to switch it up and keep guys fresh, but he's a playmaker. Came in as a freshman as a playmaker. So I don't know what happened with that relationship. It went sour, but I hope Tennessee can make good on it.
Yeah, sometimes people just need a change of scenery. And, we've seen that happen in Tennessee with players who just didn't pan out here in their first year or two, and they go somewhere else and they get a fresh start, and they thrive. It's not the coach's fault. It's not the player's fault. It just doesn't work. And maybe that's the case for Aubrey Solomon. In my case, it's weird because I like Michigan. I've always liked Michigan because of like their cool colors and stuff. And I remember I started watching them around the time when Charles Woodson was playing offense and defense. And I like Charles Woodson. And then 98, I liked Tennessee because T. Martin was from the same state I was from, and I thought that was really, really cool. And I looked at all the analytics. I did my own analytics and looked at all the teams that put wide receivers in the NFL. And at the time, Michigan was one of the top teams in the country at doing that. And so I like Michigan for that reason. And so I started taking official visits earlier. I think it was my junior year, which now is considered early. Well, then it's considered early. Now it's not. And I just fell in love with Michigan. I fell in love with the people there. And I thought that was the school I was going to. I had a Michigan hat that I was wearing around school and was wearing around a lot because I thought that's where I was going. I did not commit because my coach and my uncle who raised me told me, you only committing once. So if you commit, that's where you're going. And so I didn't commit at all. And then when I took my visit to Tennessee in mid-December, the second week of December, well, no, it was the first week of December, I knew where I wanted to go, and that was Tennessee. But I've always liked Michigan. I really do. Really, really cool place, great school, great tradition, huge stadium. Fan base reminds me a little bit of Tennessee's, but Tennessee was just better place for me. But it's fun. It's fun poking fun at Harbaugh, though. And Tennessee's been able to do that. Getting Harrison Bailey, who was picking between Tennessee and Michigan. And Tennessee did not have an offense coordinator at the time, by the way. And they get Harrison Bailey. Aubrey Solomon transfers to Tennessee from Michigan. And then Corvarius Couch the funny thing about Kavara's Couch is that Michigan tweeted out like an announcement of Kavara's Couch going to Michigan and had to delete it. And then he ultimately picks Tennessee. I thought that was hilarious. So Tennessee has been giving Michigan a whole bunch of crap. But we may see Michigan here in the tournament because Michigan is one of the top teams in the country.
Please, Michigan doesn't stand a chance in the Bone Zone.
I think Michigan might have peaked. They've lost 2 in the last 2 weeks.
They did not look the best against Iowa on Friday night.
But you are right. Michigan will not be ready for the Bone Zone.
They won't. I don't think there's a team in the country ready for the Bone Zone.
I don't think so either. Zion, you think you're ready for the Bone Zone, man?
Oh, boy, do you have another thing coming.
Duke, you think you're ready for the Bone Zone? You're not ready for the Bone Zone. 865-255-03. Hour 3 continues after this.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Gentlemen, when it comes to taking care of your health, sometimes the first step is the hardest. Low T Center is making it easier to take that first step. It all starts with knowing the numbers that are essential to a man. Testosterone levels, blood pressure, cholesterol, prostate, and thyroid. Low T Center makes it quick and easy to get all these levels checked and more. Low T Center specializes in men's health and has expanded their services, including sleep apnea, low thyroid, hypertension, severe allergies, high cholesterol, diabetes, and annual physicals, along with testosterone replacement therapy. The physicians at Low T Center not only want to help you feel good again, they want to help you prevent any serious health problems moving forward. Now, with the holistic approach to your overall health and wellness, Low T Center is making it more convenient for men to take care of their health, and most health insurance is accepted. They'll even verify for you. Take the first step for your health and call 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388, or go to lowtcenter.com. Reinventing men's healthcare.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Then call me, Jennifer Morris, at 865-694-5904. Listen to what the Tarver family had to say.
Jennifer was our realtor recently and helped us find our dream home. She also helped us sell our home, and we had a signed contract in only 2 days. Her greatest strengths are her patience and personality. We never felt pressured, and I would highly recommend her in buying and selling a home.
Call me, Jennifer Morris, at 865-694-5904, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Today is Monday, which means Smokehouse Stew at Dead End BBQ. It is their version of the Brunswick stew. It comes with burnt ends, pulled pork, chopped chicken, smoked sausage, and stew vegetables, served with your choice of bread there at Dead End BBQ. We'll be there Wednesday for National Signing Day. We like to call it Tennessee Signing Day, as we celebrate Tennessee signees and get a chance to hang out, break bread together. And if for anything else, you get a free meal. Free barbecue breakfast. So I don't mind being used for breakfast. It's okay. It won't hurt my feelings one bit. Come on out. We just want to show our appreciation for your support. And if you need a doctor's note, we can produce one of those for you too. Or if you need a note for your boss, we have been known to produce a doctor's note and a note for your boss in the past. We've done it before. We'll do it again.
Interesting.
We have.
Question mark?
No, absolutely, man.
And 7 to 10 is not the only time that you can hear Swain and I talk on National Signing Day.
Yeah, for the Swain Event Plus subscribers, we will do our live stream that night at 9 p.m. So it'll be a Q&A, live Q&A, and we'll walk through why we got the players that we got and what happened, and we'll have a really, really, really good time there. So if you are part of Swain Event Plus, again, really appreciate you and your support. We will do our live stream 9 p.m., and just like we always do, you'll get a link to your email, and that will be the link to join the private video Q&A. And you'll be able to ask questions, and we'll answer right there on the spot, me and Ben, at 9 p.m. So the Vanderbilt Lady Vol play where the Vanderbilt player is on the break and the two Tennessee players basically run to the same spot, which is opposite of where the Vanderbilt player was, did not stop the ball. Joe on Twitter said that clip reminded him of when Florida, I think, was playing Georgia Southern, and you had the two offensive line blocking each other from Florida.
Yeah, I tweeted that clip out yesterday, and it currently has over 650,000 views, and my mentions have been absolutely ridiculous. And I've seen that Florida play of them blocking each other approximately 1,000 times. I mean, it's true. It's like the Lady Vols were defending each other. It's the Lady Vols version of the butt fumble.
If football season was still going on, that would be on Come On Man. Easy.
It'd be number one on the not top 10 plays. It still might be number one on the not top 10
They still
plays.
do those? They still do the not top
They do it
top 10?
once a week.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be number one. Easy number one.
Thank goodness Randy Moss is not doing Come On Man anymore. No, Randy Moss doesn't do it. You got mossed.
I
think just the show as a whole.
The show does it, and
each one has one.
Yeah, Woodson, Dilfer, but Hasselback, they all take part of it. It's funny because Chris Carter started Come On Man, but ESPN kept it with them, and Chris Carter went to Fox. Sorry, man. Sorry for your idea. It's our idea.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Kind of weird.
All right, who we got there?
We got Jim.
Jim, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, Jason?
Great, Jim. How are you, man?
Doing all right for Monday. Just got off work. Hey, down there in Florida, look, have you heard anything about this weekend with the last of the guys, the recruits and stuff? Anybody do anything? Have you heard anything about anything extra about West Virginia's when they send all the coaching staff, Darnell Wright?
Yeah, I know West Virginia's putting the full court press on Darnell Wright. I don't think it's going to pay off for them. I still feel like Tennessee's in a good spot, and that's what I've heard. As far as this weekend, George Pickens, the 5-star wide receiver from Hoover High School that's committed to Auburn, he was in town. There's been some questions on if he, on his way back home, did he go to Auburn over the weekend? Even if Tennessee lands him, there is questions about his grades. Whoever lands him, there's going to be questions about his grades. So is he either going to take the ACT over again and get a better score, or is he going to be able to kind of revise some of his classwork to get a higher GPA? That's typically what has to happen if someone has some grade issues and they're trying to get into school.
Do you think that 2020, do you think that ship has sailed? And are they going after Russell really hard, or do you?
Yeah, it's not looking good for Henry To'o. It looks like it's either Washington or Alabama. It looks like Washington has a lot of momentum. And as far as Chris Russell, he canceled his official visit over the weekend. So he was supposed to come, but he canceled it. Looks like he's going to go to Texas A&M or Arkansas.
Okay. All right. You guys have a good day, and we'll be listening to you Wednesday morning.
Thank you, sir.
And
you okay, Ben?
It's just not good that Tennessee's going to miss out on 2 of its 3 top linebacker targets.
No. It's not.
Now here's the question. Because you missed on those 2, do you just go out and try to find a graduate transfer and bite the bullet?
You could find another grad transfer quarterback if you feel like the guys behind Jared are not good enough. Remember, JT Stroud was really sold on Tyson Helton and being here. And Tyson Helton had a lot of West Coast ties, and Helton's not here anymore. How do we feel about JT Stroud? I've heard he has a really nice arm, and I heard Brian Maurer has a nice arm. But how will they progress during the spring?
Will they be ready to play this season?
Yeah,
that's the biggest question.
You don't know, and so if you're not confident in those young signal callers, do you go out and get another grad transfer quarterback or a grad transfer linebacker? I mean, do you try to address some needs? I think Tennessee they went that route last year. I don't think it paid off all that much.
It didn't result in a win.
But you got to think about it though. Let's be honest. Yes, we want all the players. We don't like anyone telling us no. But last year, Tennessee got told no a lot by big-time players. And this year, you got a guy on Kavara's couch that at some point, I didn't think he was coming to Tennessee. I thought he was going to Clemson because he wanted to win. Like, he wanted to win now. And Tennessee was able to sell him on the long-term vision and his opportunity to play early and be maybe the next Al Wilson maybe. And so you get him. And then you get Wanya Morris. And then you have a chance to get Darnell Wright. So it's a process. It really is. As much as people hate to hear that, and as long as it's been, since Tennessee football has dominated in recruiting and won on the football field, it's a process. Tennessee's going to have to win more games on the field this year if they want to have more success in recruiting. And Tennessee is not the program. They can go in, offer kids late, wave the magic wand, and kids go, okay. Like Tennessee's not the finest girl in school anymore, or the most handsome guy in school anymore, where you can ask someone a week before prom if they want to go to prom or not. No, you can't do that. You don't have that luxury. That's Alabama. Alabama can do that. Alabama can ask you the day of prom, and you may have another prom date, and you will dump that person to go with Alabama. That's what Alabama has going on right now. We don't have that right now. It used to be that way, but it's not. There's other schools that kids will go to. I mean, Chris Russell's going to leave the state of Tennessee, and he's either going to Arkansas or Texas A&M. And that's just unheard of when we think about it, because Knoxville is around the corner. We had coaches hanging out with the mayor of Dyersburg, taking photos with the mayor, and it's not going to work. So that lets us know we have work to do. There's no reason to get mad at Jeremy Pruitt or get mad at anybody.
That's a kid.
Or get mad at Chris Russell. We just have to be better. We have to give these kids a reason to want to come to Tennessee more. We did a better job this year versus last year, but we have to continue to progress and do a better job even next year. And that's why I think if someone leaves on the staff, you better go out and get a recruiter. I don't think anyone's going to leave, especially on the offensive side of the football, maybe on defense, who knows. But if someone leaves, that person needs to be replaced with a top-notch recruiter, because that's what we need.
Has Tennessee maxed its potential in recruiting with what you have on the field right now, with a 4-8 team and then a 5-7 team? Has Jeremy Pruitt squeezed all he can squeeze out of the current recruiting efforts, and if he wants to really continue to improve recruiting and landing bigger guys, more guys of the likes of Corvarius Crouch and Wanya Morris, it's just going to take winning on the field?
Yes, I think the staff has done as much as they could do with that record. It's not good enough, but it's still really, really good. And both can be true. To have a team go 4-7 and then 4-8 and then 5-7 and then still have a top 15 class speaks to, number one, the ability of our coaches. Number two, there's still prestige with this program. Number three, this conference still attracts talent because people want to play in the SEC, and they get a chance to play early. So to have those 2 seasons where you only won 9 games in 2 years, it's pretty good. It's just not good enough. It's not good enough. So we have to be better, and being better means you got to win more games. You got to win more games this fall to show recruits, okay, not only can I get you to the league, because honestly, you can get to the league anywhere. I was watching a thing on Julian Edelman. One offer out of high school. No, went to JUCO. He went to JUCO first, and one offer went to Kent State, play quarterback, was a 7th-round pick with the Patriots. You can get to the league anywhere. You can go to New Mexico State.
Say what you will about
Tulane. You can go anywhere.
Say what you will about Antonio Brown, but where'd he play?
Central Michigan, West Michigan, Western Michigan,
Central Michigan,
whatever, one of those schools.
But point being, you can go anywhere.
He was a walk-on.
Yeah,
he walked on to Central Michigan. So,
right.
Yes, you still want to sell. We can help you get to the league. You have Pruitt. Look at the players that he's helped defensively get in the league. Look at Jim Chaney and the players that he helped get to the league. You can still sell that, but you got to sell winning too, because you can get to the league anywhere. If you're a good player, you can go anywhere and get to the league. They want to win too.
And I think it's not really a true problem, but in terms of perception, one of the problems with the early signing period is that it doesn't feel like it's as big of a recruiting class as it should. I mean, the fact that Jeremy Pruitt and this coaching staff was able to land Wanye Morris and Quavaris Crouch and Ramel Keaton and Eric Gray and potentially Darnell Wright on a 5-7 season, that's pretty remarkable.
It's pretty good, man.
That's pretty remarkable. And some of the games that opposing coaches can use to recruit against Tennessee, the Florida game, the West Virginia game, the Vanderbilt game, the Missouri game, it's pretty remarkable that Wanye Morris, top 10 player in the country, I believe, at least top 2, top 3 at his position.
Mm-hmm.
Darnell Wright, the best offensive tackle in the country, I believe. Number 1, number 2.
According to some folks. Yep.
But those guys are 2 of the 5 best tackles in the country.
Well, it's like you got a brand new mailbox. You're happy. You even put that mailbox in. It's a brand new mailbox. It's cool. You're proud about that mailbox. But then your neighbor gets new windows. Mm-hmm. And you totally forget about what you just did, what you just got, because you're so worried about what your neighbor got. Oh, man, my neighbor got a brand new lawnmower. Oh, my neighbor got a brand new windows. Oh, my neighbor got a brand new fence. But you got something new too.
Which is like
you totally forget about what you got.
I got a new phone over the weekend. Right now, I'm feeling myself because I got a new phone. My new phone is awesome. I love my new phone. A month and a half from now, I'm not going to be as into my new phone as I am today.
Somebody else have a new phone.
The newness is going to wear off.
Somebody else have a new phone, and you'll be paying attention to that. But that's how we are right now. Maybe as a fan base, is that we have a really good class, considering we only won 5 games. But when you look at your neighbor, which is Georgia, which is Florida, which is Alabama, LSU, A&M, it's hard not to look at what they're doing and go, man, I wish we were doing what they were doing too. And that's natural. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to understand that our situation is unique. It's different. We're not blessed with a loaded roster like Kirby Smart was blessed with, or Dan Mullen was blessed with. He was blessed with more talent than what Jeremy Pruitt inherited. He was. Not excuse, just facts. We have to build this the old-fashioned way. It's going to take some time. And I hate it because I'm ready to win. Good thing for the Tennessee basketball program. They've only thing that's made us kind of sane during these times.
Between the college football season and the Patriots winning a Super Bowl, thank goodness for Tennessee basketball.
I ain't mad at the Patriots winning Super Bowl.
I'm just tired of the Patriots. I don't hate them the way I hated them when I was younger and Peyton was going up against the Patriots. But I'm just tired of Tom Brady and seeing him kiss folks on the lip 24/7.
I ain't trying to see that. I'm not trying to see that. But I'll say this about Alabama football. And if I can say it about Alabama football, I can say it about anybody, because Alabama football is our biggest rival, in my opinion. But I respect greatness. And as a former athlete, I'm not going to hate on the team. Man, them dudes working their butt off, man. Them dudes are human. You cut them, they bleed. I'm not going to let the hate for Tom Brady make me neglect or not respect or appreciate the hard work that guys like Cordell Patterson or Julian Edelman or Trey Flowers, who's from Huntsville, Alabama, or Stephon Gilmore, who is, I think, from Rock Hill, South Carolina, I want to say. I think that sometimes happens where the hate for a school or a player, it makes you really forget, man, these guys work their tail off. They bust their butt. And being in that position, I understand. So I don't hate Alabama for their success. I don't hate the Patriots for their success. I don't hate the Warriors for their success. As a sports fan, it's kind of remarkable to see. I just hate it that it's a team that we got to play every year in Alabama. But I don't hate the Patriots. I don't. Parity is always fun, right? Other teams having success, not the rich getting richer and one team always winning. But, I mean, the Patriots have earned it, man. Bill Belichick has adapted. He's done it with old Tom Brady, young Tom Brady. He brought in Randy Moss, didn't win with Randy Moss, but he's doing it with guys we've never heard of at the wide receiver position. It's pretty remarkable.
Real quick before we get to the phones, I like what 90s Vol says on the text box. They also did add Solomon and Gibbs, 2 5-stars that won't show up in the rankings, but boost in terms of talent level. And Tennessee, this is what I continue to say to kind of sum up this recruiting class. Tennessee didn't catch Alabama or Georgia or even Florida, but I think in terms of talent, Tennessee caught up to Vanderbilt, Missouri, Kentucky, South Carolina. That sounds crazy, but those teams have more talent than Tennessee over the last couple of years, particularly the last 2 years. It hurts to hear, but it is the truth. Vanderbilt, South Carolina, Kentucky, and Missouri have had more talent the past 2 years than Tennessee, and I'd say Missouri still has more talent going into this one season. Tennessee has closed the gap with those schools, and we continue to say it on the show. Let's worry about making sure that we can beat Vanderbilt first and then going out and getting Georgia and Alabama and Florida. So, sure, they haven't closed the gap between the rivals, but Tennessee did take a big step forward in terms of upgrading the talent this recruiting class, and that's the most important part.
No, they did. Oh, that hurt, man.
It hurt to say.
Ugh, that hurt. Oh, boy. Let's get to the phones. Let's bring in Vol. Was that Jay or Vol Goose?
We'll get to Jay and then Vol Goose.
Jay is first. Jay, good morning.
My God, man, way to start the Monday morning, Ben. Let's talk about how we've closed the talent gap against Vanderbilt.
I'm sorry.
What has happened to us?
I'm sorry.
We're out here talking about closing the talent gap against Kentucky and Vanderbilt. What in God's name has happened to this program?
It sucks. It's not fun.
Golly, man.
Oh, man.
You should saw my face when he said it. I don't know if you watching on Swain Event TV, but my face said it all. I was like, ooh. Ooh, what?
That's a kick in the stomach, man.
Kentucky? Vanderbilt? Missouri? Oh, close the talent gap. Oh, my gosh.
Golly. That's a shot of vinegar to take right there.
That is, man.
Hey, Swain, I missed what you said about Pickens. Did you hear anything? I know you mentioned it, but I missed that. What have you heard, I guess, him coming out of his visit, or have you heard anything at all?
Well, I heard the visit went really, really, really well.
I figured that would. They all do.
Yeah, it's a Hoover guy and all these Hoover folks up here. I'm pretty sure that was going to be a great visit for him. He still got to fight against Auburn, and then there's still questions about his grades. So there's still questions.
Well, we'll see, guys. I think Jeremy and this done just about as good as you hope for, I guess. When you put things in perspective, I think you get Darnell Wright, you'll finish somewhere between like 11th and 13th probably. And look, man. It is what it is. Ben just said it. We went 4-8 and 5 and 7. What do you expect? What we need to get, I think, guys, next year. We need to get 7 or 8 wins next year.
Yep.
In the regular season.
Yep.
And to give these recruits something to believe in. and because it can't just be all fairy dust and early playing time. Like there needs to be something tangible on the field, and this is the year to do it, because not only I think you've got a really good in-state talent in this class, especially at the lines of scrimmage, but which can help supplement your class, obviously. And I think Pruitt's going to pay more attention to the in-state talent this year, it seems like. But relatively speaking, our schedule's still harder than what Clemson has to go through on an annual basis. But
Correct.
Relatively speaking, our schedule is going to be easier than what we normally have to go through, it looks like.
Correct.
So this is the time. Like, you know how Butch Jones had his window of opportunity to take advantage? I think this is the time where Jeremy Pruitt really needs to take advantage of this year for recruiting, for building this program, because we don't see a lot of easier type schedules like we will, like the year after we're replacing BYU with Oklahoma. I mean, so he needs to take advantage of this year.
I agree 100%, Jay. 100% I agree, man. I mean, you have a chance to start the season 3-0 before you play at Florida. And we know the Florida game has been close in the last couple of years. It wasn't close last year. But let's say you go on the road and you win that game, you have an open day after the Florida game. And you're looking at 4-0 going to the Georgia game in October. That would be major. That would be major. I'm sorry, I don't think Florida is so good to where we just count that as an automatic win. I don't think Tennessee is that bad where we count it as an automatic L. Anything can happen. Anything can happen in that game. History tells us that Tennessee's going to lose a game, though. That's what history tells us. But if you look at the rosters, and Florida lost a lot of players to the NFL and on defense. Anything can happen. Tennessee's went down there and been successful before, but the schedule is favorable enough to at least go 3-0 to start the season.
Absolutely.
And last year we started off 0-1.
Yep.
I mean, first game of the season, you lost that game. Your first out of conference foe that was not Georgia State or some lower tier team like a ETSU, something like that, or UTEP. You play BYU at home, and BYU is not a pushover. But you still should win that game, so you have a chance to really start 3-0, and create some positive momentum for sure. So I agree with Jay. I think you have to win 7 or 8 games in the regular season and prove to these recruits that the program is going in the right direction. So that way, when they are a sophomore or a junior, they will have a real shot at competing for a championship. If you cannot sell that, if they cannot see that, they're going to go somewhere else where they can go to the league and still go win games because they want to win. I know when I picked Tennessee, I wanted to play early. I wanted, to be in a place where receivers got the ball, but I wanted to win. And I remember the 2001 season of this team and this program having a chance to compete for a championship. And the 2002 season, I looked at just a fluke season because Casey Clausen got hurt, Caleb Washington got hurt, and just a fluky season. That's the way I looked at it then. I still wanted to win games. And don't think for a second that these recruits don't want to win too. They do.
I mean, it's February 4th. I'm still 100% in basketball mode, and there's still a long ways to go.
Are you in the bone zone?
I'm in the bone zone. But my expectation 8 months away is 7 wins. I mean, to me, that is obtainable because, quite frankly, your roster is better, and some of these other SEC teams, such as Kentucky, Vanderbilt, a lot of their big-time players have gone on to the league or have graduated. Now, Missouri looks tougher than it did before Kelly Bryant decided that he was going to come back. And South Carolina, you get that game at home, but Jake Bentley will be a senior quarterback. Senior quarterbacks are never fun to go up against. But you look at Mississippi State, and that would have been a tough game last year, but they lose a lot of production on defense. They lose their starting quarterback. I believe they lose a couple of receivers as well and a couple of offensive linemen. So that's a game that, in my opinion, Tennessee should win. So I don't think it's unreasonable. I think the expectation should be 7 wins at minimum.
Yeah, there should be a big improvement in Jeremy Pruitt as a coach, as a head coach, from his first year to his second year. So they should win 7 or 8 season regular 7 or 8 regular season games. I think they really should do that. And if they don't, I think it'll be a disappointment. Let's get to
Turkey Man's brother, Volgoose.
Volgoose, good morning.
Man, y'all know I ain't Turkey Man's brother.
You not in the Bone Zone?
Do I sound like I'm Turkey Man's brother? Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
No, you don't. But your caller name resembles Turkey Man because you're Volgoose. And turkeys and goose are like cousins, right?
Right. Something like that.
Do geese and turkey get along?
I don't know. I feel like they would fight.
I do,
I
too.
mean, I love Turkey Man. I wouldn't fight Turkey Man, but I just feel like they would fight.
Hey, Turkey Man's toothless, too. You don't want to fight a toothless turkey now.
Oh, no. He ain't got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. He's dangerous.
Hey, man, y'all are hitting the nail on the head on recruiting, man. I can't. It sucks. You know, nobody wants to lose in-state guys to other schools, especially ones that we could have easily had if we'd have been out there a little sooner offering him. So, I mean, that sucks, but I think y'all are hitting the nail on the head with, like, what he's done is amazing because of where we've been. I think people underestimate how low we've been. I think people just look at where we've been in the past in the 90s and stuff, and they're like, well, we should be getting the best recruits. Man, I'm and maybe I don't know if I should reel this on the air or not, but I'm a youth pastor, and so I work with students all the time. And I can tell you right now, Tennessee is not cool. I don't live in Tennessee. I live in a recruiting hotbed in Georgia, and Tennessee is not viewed as cool at all.
Nope.
They're very flavor of the week, and flavor of the week is Alabama, Georgia, Clemson. One of the students that I deal with all the time is committed to Clemson, and he, Tennessee just ain't cool, and that sucks, but that's how it works. That's just how it works. So he's, Jeremy Pruitt is recruiting against a lot of opposition just because, man, students are getting more and more vain, and they want to go where is cool, and so that's just how it goes.
As simple as that, man. I remember coming out of Alabama, and the old Alabama fans were probably looking at Jason Allen, myself, Jamarcus Russell, Aaron Sears, Chad Jackson, all these guys we played outside of Alabama, but in the SEC. Alabama just wasn't cool. I'm sorry, Dennis Franchioni's offense of the triple option and receivers blocking all day long, that just wasn't cool to us. Tennessee right now, it's not cool to these young players because they're not winning as much, and you have to understand that and respect that and kind of step outside of your Tennessee fandom to view that. That's how it is right now. Tennessee has to make it cool, and you make it cool by winning, by putting players in the league, and it's not an overnight process. Tennessee basketball is more attractive to these recruits in basketball than it is in football, especially with this video going around with them dunking right before they start the game. That's a cool video, and they're winning. They're number one in the country. So these players are going to be bandwagon fans. That's how they are. That's how I was. That's how my kids are, even to this day. So you're right. You're 100% right. We got to get cool again. We got to make this place attractive.
And winning is the ultimate coolness.
It does. And again, Pruitt has won some battles that he should have won. He has. He's done that. But look at the Chris Russell situation. Chris Russell, if he was offered before some other schools, he probably would be here at Tennessee. Probably. And we can point the finger at Pruitt. That's cool. That's fine. That's fair. Cool. But think about the problem when Pruitt got here. There was a lot of players on this roster that shouldn't be on this roster in the first place that were on this roster because the previous coach took them when he shouldn't have took them. So Pruitt was being really careful to make sure that he didn't make that same mistake. Well, it cost him with Chris Russell because if Chris Russell was offered a little bit earlier, maybe Chris Russell's evolved instead of an Aggie or a Razorback.
Yep, absolutely. Well, guys, I'm coming up for the game tomorrow night. Me and my wife, we're driving up in the morning. We're going to come into Knoxville. We're going to eat some dinner. We're going to go to the game and then spend the night in Knoxville, and we'll be there for National Signing Day to meet everybody. So hopefully we get it. Hopefully there's some breakfast left for us when we get there. Sounds like everybody's going to be there.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully everybody is there, man. Hopefully, man. I really appreciate it, man. I look forward to meeting you.
Yeah, me too. Hey, I hope there's lots of coffee. That's going to be a late game, and then we're going to be getting up early to be there. So
there will be there'll be free coffee there. There'll be coffee flowing, trust me.
Okay, good. All right, well, I'll hop off. Y'all have a good one.
You too. Yeah, we will have the coffee on deck.
It's going to be a packed house.
That's the plan, man. That is the plan. 865-255-03. Be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Gentlemen, when it comes to taking care of your health, sometimes the first step is the hardest. Low T Center is making it easier to take that first step. It all starts with knowing the numbers that are essential to a man. Testosterone levels, blood pressure, cholesterol, prostate, and thyroid. Low T Center makes it quick and easy to get all these levels checked and more. Low T Center specializes in men's health and has expanded their services, including sleep apnea, low thyroid, hypertension, severe allergies, high cholesterol, diabetes, and annual physicals, along with testosterone replacement therapy. The physicians at Low T Center not only want to help you feel good again, they want to help you prevent any serious health problems moving forward. Now, with the holistic approach to your overall health and wellness, Low T Center is making it more convenient for men to take care of their health, and most health insurance is accepted. They'll even verify for you. Take the first step for your health and call 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388, or go to lowtcenter.com. Reinventing men's healthcare.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Then call me, Jennifer Morris, at 865-694-5904. Listen to what the Tarver family had to say.
Jennifer was our realtor recently and helped us find our dream home. She also helped us sell our home, and we had a signed contract in only 2 days. Her greatest strengths are her patience and personality. We never felt pressured, and I would highly recommend her in buying and selling a home.
Call me, Jennifer Morris, at 865-694-5904, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Hour 3 here on the Swain Event is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. You can feel better, men. If you have little to no energy, something is wrong. You're tired. And that could be caused by low testosterone, sleep apnea, severe allergies, or a low thyroid. And Low T Center can help you relieve all of those issues by just giving them a simple call. The telephone number here in Knoxville is 865-392-1388. Go to their Low T Center website at lowtcenter.com. Find a location near you if you are in Tennessee. There's several Low T Centers around the Tennessee area, the state of Tennessee. 2 in Nashville, 1 in Murfreesboro, 1 in Chattanooga, Tri-Cities, and right here in Knoxville, Tennessee, lowtcenter.com. Let's get to Nila Mafia. Nila Mafia, good morning. The son of Titans Bill.
Good morning, guys. You know, there's an old saying, if you give somebody enough rope, they're going to hang themselves. Well, you know, Benny, he's had a little bit of fun with me, you know. At first he outed me, saying I was Titans Bill's daddy, and then he was like, is he kissing him, like Tom Brady and his son? But I was listening today, and it just dawned on me. You should rename the show from the Swain Event to Jason Swain and Vanderben.
Vanderben.
Vanderben. Now, it's my mission in life to make sure that sticks.
Now,
he got you.
I just want to ask one thing, Neil and Mafia.
Go for it.
Were you and your father hanging out in the Bone Zone over the weekend?
we gonna go there?
I think Ben wants to know. You know, Birdman and Lil Wayne. They father and son, and they kiss on the lips, and Tom Brady kisses his son on the lips. Have you ever pecked Titans Bill, since that's your father?
No, there was a conversation earlier. I'm gonna try to raise the level of this discussion here a little bit.
Okay.
There was a conversation here earlier about what would you do for a national championship? Would you kiss your son? Would you do this? Would you do that? Swain Event brought us a national title in hoops. I'd go Fire Festival on Rick Barnes. Now, people who get that will know what I'm talking about. I ain't got to belabor the point or nothing.
Man.
But it's a national championship. For millennia, women have done it for sheep.
Oh my God! We can't. Hey, you can't. You don't even need to go further on that one, man. Oh my God! That's
I don't want Vanderben to dump me again.
No, we don't want. We don't want that.
No, because I don't want Vol Twitter in my mentions. Why'd you dump Neil and Mafia?
Because you are Vol Twitter's hero, man.
No, not me. Jason, you can't put nothing on Twitter without getting 1,000 mentions.
Well,
they love you, man. They love you.
He's Hollywood.
Vanderben, not so much, but man, they love you. He's Hollywood.
He threw in Vanderben again.
You know how I would call in for a while, and every time I did, I would be like, doink, doink.
Yes, you were on me because my kicker missed a field goal to advance in the NFL playoffs and easily could have competed better than the Rams last night. But
oh, good Lord, yes. Yeah. But I'm not going to do that no more. Because the Bears they're a legendary team. And it's not like somebody's just relevant in baseball like Vanderbilt.
That is correct. My friend Neil Mafia. Neil Mafia, who are we going to meet first? You or Titans Bill?
Man, with my work schedule, you probably meet Titans Bill first.
You do drive through Knoxville, don't you?
Well, it's rare. Usually, I've got a fairly regular route now. What I do is kind of contracted. I'll go to this place one day and this place another day through the same company.
Gotcha.
And where I'm at right now, unlike most truck drivers, it allows me to get home every night. So I don't really want to change that.
Gotcha. So if we want to meet Neil Mafia, we got to come to West Tennessee.
Tell you what, you come to West Tennessee, and I'll buy the barbecue on Beale Street.
So are you in Memphis?
I am very close to Memphis.
Deal. What are we
all right,
fellas.
Jeff.
Are we going to Memphis anytime soon?
I go there fairly on a regular basis.
Yeah, why don't you go and link up with Neil Mafia and take a photo so we know that Neil Mafia does exist, like he's a real person. Because no one's ever seen a picture of him. He's so nasty, though.
Well,
he's so nasty, man. Stop being nasty, Neil Mafia.
Breaking the number one rule of the Swain Event.
Golly, man.
I'll tell you what, Neil and Mafia, next time I am in Memphis to visit my grandparents, I'm going to slide in your DMs.
Make sure you bring his daddy with him, too. Titans Bill. And we can let Titans Bill ride shotgun, and he can meet his son. And they can have a nice moment and just release all their emotions.
I know
somewhere deep down in my heart,
I still love you.
I still love you.
That's gonna be Titans Bill to Neil and Mafia. Now, I know you used to watch wrestling at one point, correct?
I used to.
Do you remember Finley and Hornswoggle?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well,
sorry.
Neil and Mafia and Titans Bill are like Finley and Hornswoggle.
Golly. Tice Bill, Dealer Mafia. Love y'all, man. We got to go for today. Swain Event fueled by Dead End BBQ. Oh, man. Peace and love. We are out. Same time tomorrow, 7 a.m.